hello, hi, and are we live? Like, are we here? Are we doing this today? This is why I don't go live, my friends, because holy cow, is it so much work? And I would say that I'm not actually that tech savvy. Because holy cow, is it so much work? Oh my goodness. Okay, we are good. We are good on the, we're good on the volume. We're good on the video. We are just good at all the things. So hopefully that means that we are on the right path. I don't know. We shall see. All right, so I'm like beyond kerfluffled now because I've had so much issues with tech. See, tech and me are just not too, we just don't go hand in hand together. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Poop. Now I lost my chat. All right, here we go. Hello. Welcome. Happy Monday. If you are here with me waking up, I'm sorry. I'm a lot to handle. Just think about what my husband has to deal with. But good morning, Marianne. I'm hoping I'm now doing a streaming service. This is going to be the fourth time. So fourth time's just charm, you know what I mean? Maybe that'll actually help using a streaming service. Okay, so if you're new to this and you haven't seen my prior four, what I'm doing today is I'm finishing up some keychains that I made on Friday. So Friday, I recorded some content that's going to post on my channel on Friday. If you're a super fan of my channel, you've already seen it, or you have access to it. You don't have to upgrade if you don't want to. It's just for the people that want to see the content when it posts, but it'll be available Friday. On Friday, I created a jig using a free program called Inkscape. And after I got done recording that content, I was like, I cannot sit here and continue peeling off the masking tape off all of this acrylic. So I decided just to be done. And so today, what I'm doing is I am now making the actual keychains that I said I was going to do because that's what I've agreed to. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. I just want that I said I was going to do. Okay, cool. We are still moving and grooving. I need 30 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Oh, I needed 30 of these jump rings and I have 33. So we are already on the up and up. We're already on the up and up. Woo! Okay, so my previous 4 lives that I've been on, I already went ahead and peeled off all of the acrylic to this. I still have more. I have a whole nother thing that's printing right now. It is about 54%, so halfway through, and I still have to peel those, which is unfortunate. You know, and I figured since I'm doing absolutely nothing besides brainless work, peeling acrylic and attaching jump rings and things, I would just come live with you. If you have any questions about the EufyMake software or anything, or the EufyMake in general, ask away, because I want to chat about it. There has been so much chatter. The one thing that I will have to tell you is I cannot wait for everyone to get their dang printer. I can't wait. I can't wait. I always feel like my ideas are like teeny compared to everyone else's. I just give you like the starting point of how to get to where you want to go, but you know, it's gonna be good. Okay, look at that. Ain't that so cute? So I cut this out, white acrylic, out on my X Tool P2S. So you can see it. Oh, delicious. And then I put on this right here. Doesn't this look so good? So good. And this is on my webcam. I mean, the quality in real life is like even better than that. So we got some, and I am like, I need to get a new pair of glasses. because my poor little eyes are like struggling with this. Ooh, you know what? Hold on, I just remembered. I do have another pair of glasses. My optometrist made me get two, and I never wear them because I don't like the look of them. But let's see if they're in here. They are. Don't worry. Okay. You're going to see a whole different version of me. Ooh, my husband's back. He went to the chiropractor. It's very choppy. This light is very choppy. That's okay. Hey, you. Hey. He's back, folks. Okay. Do you like these glasses on me? Do you like these ones? Let's do these ones. Or these ones. I prefer these. But these ones look good. Maybe? I don't know. You tell me. Do you like them? I don't know if I do. These are kind of like readers, but they're not. She said I'm only supposed to use them when I'm like doing close-up things. And it really does help. But I feel like I look completely different with these on. Let me put these up. Let's see. Which one do you like? I thought maybe I would look good with clear glasses. Hello, Alessandra. Good morning. Okay, so switching my glasses really did help the vibe of me being able to see. And now look at this. Don't that look so good? Streaming. So good. But now that I've switched my glasses, I'm not actually used to them. So they kind of are making me a little dizzy, but that's okay. Okay, so making these keychains, like keychain work and doing all this is not hard. It's just boring, you know? It's boring stuff. So, put this on here. But you know what the great part is? Is like, I would have never been able to make this without the Eufy. So, we got whoop, okay. So this is what they look like. Ain't they so pretty? I'm trying to get it to where like the sun picks it up. There we go. See that? Don't they look high quality? Looking great with both glasses. You convinced me to buy the Eufy. I can't wait to get it. I think you're going to love it. I absolutely think you're going to love it. I love it. I love my Eufy. It is so good. I don't know what I would be doing without it, to be honest with you, because that's all I've been doing is playing with this dang thing. The one thing that I'm like, I had asked in my post, like, if you could print anything with the flexible white ink, what would you do? Like, what would you print? And I can tell you that the one thing that I'm not looking forward to is doing that. And the reason for that is because it's going to be all the metallic foiling, and you have to do the 3D prints. The one thing that you do know about me is that I'm not patient. I don't like when things take a long time, or like, you know, these types of projects. Oh man. And so the one thing I can tell you, like with the Eufy, and this is not a, like, this isn't a Eufy issue, because this is just a general thing. 3D printers in general are slow because you have to build the layers. I know I've talked about this in other videos, but I'm just going to say it here, okay? 3D printers in general, you have to build the layers, and the layers take time. You're just like building all of these layers, and it just goes, like, while it looks like it's going fast, it truly isn't. So the Eufy, the technology, that 3D technology, is about the same technology as a traditional 3D printer, and it takes time. So for me, I don't do a whole lot of 3D texture prints. Probably have noticed that, and the reason for that is because I am not patient. I don't like for things taking forever. And so this next like thing that I plan on doing after I get done with these keychains, I mean, how stinking cool is that? So easy. Anyways, the next thing I plan on doing is switching my Eufy over to the flexible white ink, and then I'm going to start doing all the things for hot foiling. I made a post and was like, if you could hot foil on the Eufy, what would it be? And there was a lot of things like leather journal, and it was a lot of leather. I was really surprised how much leather was on there. What else was on that? Let me see. I have a list that's going. I've kept note of this list. Let's see here. We have wood, a ceramic coaster, sticker paper. Someone had asked if you could do a DTF sticker with foiling. I don't know. We're going to try. Then a leather journal, acrylic, a leather bookmark, a leather picture frame, a canvas tote bag or makeup bag, a canvas wall art, canvas wall art, which is different than a canvas tote, with gold foil accents. So I had asked like all these things about like, if you could hot foil, what would you do with the Eufy? All of that is going to take some sort of texture in order to actually do any type of hot foiling if it actually works. So, excuse me, that is going to take me some time. I'm going to probably be printing all week long, and it's going to be like 10 projects because things just take a really long time to print. And I'm not answering that phone call. I learned from my last mistake. My last mistake in the previous live that I posted earlier today, I answered the phone and then everything went haywire. But ain't this so stinking cute? So cute. Could not do this without the Eufy. You could have cut the acrylic out with your acrylic laser cutter, and then you could have made a sticker and put it on here, but like the quality difference between a sticker and UV print, there's just no comparison between the two. I'm so glad I now have this UV printer. When they reached out to me, I think it was like in December. The very first time they reached out to me was in December, and they like sent me the I don't know what you would call it. It was like a spec sheet is what they called it. And they sent that to me. And before I even got like a quarter of the way through this spec sheet, I was like 100% I am on board. Because this right here, the very first affordable UV printer on the market, when I say affordable, I say like less than double digits. Because when I first got my laser cutter back in 2020, actually it was 2019, I got it in 2019, I thought that I was going to be able, back in 2019, laser cutters was just coming on the market. There was very little information about a laser cutter. I had thought that if I got a laser that I would be able to do things like this, like printing color. Was I so wrong? And so when I got it, while I was able to make really cool things, I still wasn't able to make the things that I wanted to make. And it wasn't up until, so now we're like 6 years later. I got my first laser cutter it was October, the end of October, beginning of November of 2019. So it's been that long. And so we're talking like 5 years. And now I'm finally able to get that. Been watching your channel. Can't wait to get my Eufy. I'm playing around with my 3D printer to make keychains and then going to offer custom names on them. I love this. I absolutely love this. I want a 3D printer so stinking bad because I know that I would be able, once I have a laser cutter, I have the UV printer. The 3D printer is like gonna be the trifecta here. Like once you have that 3D printer, I think game over. Like what else do you need? What other crafting thing do you need in your life when you have all of that, Is there something else I need to put on my list? You got to let me know. My poor husband, he was like, I thought we were trying to pay off your car. And I'm like, no. A new crafting item just came out. I got to get that first. Ain't these so cute? Okay, so just to tell you, if you haven't bought the Eufy yet and you're like, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure if this is for me or not, like, gosh, it's so expensive, whatever. So this particular project took a total of about 1.5 milliliters of ink per thing. So I had to do 2 sheets. So we're talking 3 milliliters of ink in total to create these keychains, okay? So I'm going to stop and do the math for you because I have it in my notes app, just in case you're curious, okay? I always keep a huge thing of like how much do things cost. New UV price printer recap. Let's see here. Okay, so in total, hello everyone. Good morning, Liz. I'm sorry that you get to wake up with me today, but I welcome you here. Okay, so in total, let's just say that if you were to buy the inks full price, it's 43 cents per milliliter, and I used a total of 3 milliliters for this right here, okay? So that's $1.30 in just ink, all right? I get my acrylic. Let's look at how much acrylic costs. Houston acrylic is where I got. If you are looking for acrylic, I love Houston acrylic. And they ship so fast. And it is $6.99 per sheet. So it's $7, which is $14. So I'm gonna plus $14. And then let's go into Amazon, because Amazon, I got these keychain things from Amazon. So Keychain bulk. Let's see here. The ones I got were these. It's $10 for 150. So $9.99 divided by 150. I'm a math person. I love numbers. Times 30 is $1.99. So it's $1.99. So in total, not including time, in materials. So 2 sheets of acrylic, all the ink to print this, and also this right here, the keychain thing. It took a total of $17.28 to do 30 of these, okay? So let's do $17.28 divided by 30. So per one, let's say 58 cents. 58 cents per one of these. This is not including time, okay? But I'm just giving you like actual, can you make money with your EufyMake UV printer, okay? These right here took a total of 58 cents to make from start to finish, not including time. I invoiced my boss. Here we go. I just wanted to show you. $9.75 per keychain, and they're 3 inches big. So, not that one. This one. So for 58 cents per keychain, I was able to sell them for $9.75 a piece. So essentially, I made like $9 per keychain. Ain't that wild? That's wild. And here's the deal: is like I'm sitting here doing like chatting it up with you and finishing them off. You know? It was like 20 minutes to cut per sheet of acrylic. It was like 20 minutes to cut. So there's 40 minutes to cut all of the acrylic out on my X tool. And then we are about, where are we at? 61% complete on the UV printer. So I'll be able to tell you by the time we're done, like how long. We got, let me just make sure and write this down. It was 40, we got 58 cents in actual material, and then it was 40 minutes of cutting on the X tool, and then I'll know how long it takes to actually print them. Good morning or good afternoon, Philip. where are you from? I feel like maybe you're like in the UK, if we're saying good afternoon. Because it ain't morning time here. I'm on the East Coast, and it is 10 a.m. I was like, wait, what time is it? Okay. So, not bad. Not a bad return for that. Like $9.75 for 30. Let's say $9.75 times 30. It's almost $300. $292. You could probably do like 3 of these orders and pay for your EufyMake. I'm from the future. Yeah, but also, yes, the UK. I figured. But I do like the fact that you just said that. You're my people. I'm from the future. So, I'm going to be done making this before my next one is already finished. Not bad, not bad. Look at this. These turned out so stinking cute. Okay, so I have to know, when you get your Eufy, what's the first thing you're going to print? I'm trying to think. There was this video that posted of when you get your Eufy, these are the first things that you should print, like video idea that I got. And I had seen someone else do that, and I was like, but like, what do you print? What is the first thing you print with it? I don't know. But like, ain't that, oh. It's so good. And the actual picture of the thing, just so we can so I can show you side by side what the actual picture looks like. Let me pull it up on my phone. Where am I on? Right here. Okay. Sorry, I have to deep dive into all of my chats with everyone. I'll see it eventually. Oh, okay. So this is what I was sent. That was what I was sent, and this is how it printed. So, like, I would say pretty spot on to what we got going on here. Actually, this one seems to be a little bit brighter. Well, on camera, it seems to be pretty brighter. They don't seem like they're the same color, but they are, I promise. Not bad. Not bad. That's really good. I am doing the keychains like you and also printing on tumblers and cups. Also have a customer interested in golf balls. The golf balls, I'm telling you right now, are like, if you're going to try and sell anything for Christmas this year, I think the golf balls is going to be where it's at. I love the fact that now we have the ability to print on tumblers. I need to do more rotary work. I just broke my hair clip. I don't use the rotary. Is it flat or textured? Okay, so mine is flat. This stuff is flat. So talking about the texture, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but the one thing, I love the texture feature. I don't use it enough. One of which is because I'm not patient enough for it. Because, and mind you, I also want a 3D printer. And I know that when we 3D print things on a 3D printer, they take time. I have this girlfriend, her name's Karina. She just got a 3D printer. And I love the stuff that she showed me that she's created. And she was like, Ashley, I know you. And you are not going to have the patience for a 3D printer. But I want one. Because I know I can create cool things with it. So when we talk about and I know that you've probably noticed that I don't do a whole lot of 3D texture prints with the EufyMake here on my channel. And the reason for that is because it takes long. It takes a really long time to do it. It's a vast difference between the two. The reason for that is just like with a traditional 3D printer, is you're printing these layers, and these layers take time to build and to cure and like that, right? So it's like you're just taking all of these questions. Liz, ask your question. I'm down. I'm down to answer. So, with the texture print, it's really cool, and I really like it, and I do it for like a couple things. Like with my aunt, she wanted her license plate, and I did it, and then you know, I sent it off to her. And like that stuff is cool, but like it took forever. You know, you do a print that's flat and it takes like 5 minutes, and you do that same exact print and you throw some texture onto it and it takes like 3 hours. You know, but like in the world of 3D printing, that's on par with a 3D printer. But I'm just like not there yet. Hello.
Hello.
My husband's going there. He's gonna go pack some cardstock orders. He's getting to work. He just got back from the chiropractor, and now he is going to work. We have the cardstock shop, my warehouse. It's in my garage. We actually have a secondary warehouse that houses all of our back stock, and we have like a case of each color in our garage, and that's where he goes to work every single day. It's so stinking cool. But he's actually headed off to work right now. I watched that video. It was nice texture. It really was. Okay. If you had a 3D printer that has a template already out for Eufy for stuff like golf balls and pens, yes. So, like I know a lot of beta testers, they already have a 3D printer, and they are already printing like templates and jigs and stuff like that. And they're already, I don't know if they're already selling them, but I have seen them in the Discord group that we have, that they're making them, and they're either giving it to the other beta testers to print. I don't even know. All I do know is I've seen the jigs and stuff that they are making, and I'm like, wow, I want a 3D printer. But I don't have one yet, unfortunately. But I do know that we have to set our expectations on how fast a 3D printer goes really low. there's anyone that I've talked to that has a 3D printer, they're like, do not expect that thing to go fast. That is like, if you honestly think that this thing is going to go fast, you're going to be sadly mad about it. So when I got this printer, the Eufy, I knew the 3D print texture. I was like, oh, this is going to take a long time, just because that's what I've heard a lot about 3D printing. And the second I heard 3D printer, I was like, or print texture, I was like, oh, it's going to be the same type of technology. And it is. It's just, instead of using like a filament, you're using resin that cures in layers, okay? Not sure about my first print, but as a hobbyist, my main plan is to print on Lego elements instead of using the included sticker sets. Oh my gosh, I love this. And you're going to be able to print them and it look like professional, you know, because like the Lego, I'm a Lego mom. My daughter, my son, not so much. He didn't so much get into Legos. He likes the Legos, but he would have my daughter build the Legos. And then he would like store them up. My daughter is like, for Christmas, this past Christmas, we got her a Lego set, and she was like, Mom, record me. She was 18 at the time. She just turned 19. She was almost 19. She was like, record me. I want to see how fast I can go. And so at 18, she's like building all these Legos. I am such a Lego kid, and I did print on some Legos, and they are so much fun. I'm all about it. Hey Ashley, 2 things if you don't mind. 1, for cutting stickers from the Eufy, what would you recommend? My wife wants stickers for her classroom as prizes, special ed kid. And 2, with regard, if you have time, I'm trying to 3D print a storage box for them to transport the ink when I travel. I am patiently waiting for my machine. I am a backer, so I am patiently waiting. Okay, so first let's go to these stickers. For me, like, oh, I actually have a sticker right here to show you. So I actually created this sticker, and it's in a video, like maybe a week or 2 ago I posted it. I do not do any, like, I have my Cricut that I used and my Caesar that I used. It's the first time I've touched my Cricut or my Caesar in months, because you don't need it with the Eufy. What I would suggest is like the easiest is just print the sticker on the B film that you can get, and then I don't have it readily available, but you print it on the sticky stuff, and then you use the lamination sheet to create these stickers. These stickers were print, and then that's it. They were printed on the Eufy. You put some like little lamination sheet on it, and then you're good to go. There's no Cricut. There's no cutting machine. There is nothing. Now, I can tell you, I don't have my tumbler here to show it to you, but the adhesive that is on this is way different than like the traditional stickers that you would do like when we were using the Cricut or when we were using our silhouettes or whatever you were using, or craft cutting machine. The adhesive that came on those labels, the vinyl stuff, it's like weak sauce compared to this. This right here is strong. So, when we talk about like classroom stickers to give out on prizes, just know that like these stickers, they can come off. Like I have one right here. I have this pulled up just so I can see that I'm not frozen because, we've been here 4 times already. I have this right here. This is a UV printed sticker that I did on my EufyMake. I could try and peel it off if I want to. I don't. So I'm not going to. But like Tanner was here and he was like, my wife put a sticker on her laptop and she can't get it off. So what I tell people is get, if you want to. That's if you want to. Look, someone had said like, when we put stickers on things and you want to take it off, I have never put a sticker on anything to want to take it off, okay? But this right here is going to be your best friend. This right here is a plastic razor blade. Like, you're not going to be able to cut yourself or anything like that, but it will take off the UV DTF stickers. Tanner, I had, when he was here, he added to cart, and then by the time he got home, he had it, and he was able to get the sticker off of his wife's laptop using one of these. Didn't damage it at all. You could use a regular razor blade, but the problem is you're probably going to scratch your surface of your, and it's going to like tarnish your metal. So using something like this, I have tried to do this with my tumblers, and it also works. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, I totally like picked up someone else's. To 3D printers, you should check out a Snapmaker U1. It's on Kickstarter tomorrow, I believe, but it's looking good for a 4th color 3D printer. The poop! I've been hearing a lot about the 3D printer poop. I'm actually really excited about that poop catcher thing. My friend, she got a 3D printer and she printed out this like basket. I was like, wow, that's an interesting first print. Like, why would you print that? She goes, it's to catch the poop. And I was like, what? And so she told me, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's see here. And number 2 is above is Liz. Yes. So Ashley, 2 things, cutting stickers. I got that. Ashley, I watch your YouTube videos all the time. You are very informative with the EufyMake, which is great. I am wondering if you can tell me the dimensions of the ink cartridge. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So here is the ink cartridge, and I don't think my calipers are working. We can try. My battery, I need to get another battery for this, right? Okay, so I'm going to try, because you're 3D printing, so I'm assuming you're going to want like actual measurements, not like hold on. I took the battery out of this because, okay, it's going to work. We're here. All right, so Liz, do you need it in millimeters or do you need it in inches? I'm assuming it's going to be millimeters because that's the most accurate form of conversion. I have multiple 3D printers, and one of them is a dual Snapmaker and a bamboo. Oh, so I've heard a lot of that bamboo. Yay, my next purchase is a cutter. I was looking at a Cameo 5. I have had silhouettes. I've had silhouettes. And I can tell you that they only last about a week here in my craft room, and I get rid of them. I cannot stand them. Cannot stand cameos. Okay, inches. All right, so I'm going to open this up. What is this? Which one is this? It's gloss. I think I'm close to being out with gloss. They're all the same. So we're going to set this to inches, and let's go with, I don't know what this is. The length. Nope, length. Width. This is the width. So this right here is like the front of it, and it's 2.0 Like if you wanted to like slide this in and out, I would say 2.07 inches. And then the depth is going to be, if you wanted to slide it, like you can see that I'm sliding it, it's going to be, now the bottom of it just kind of sticks out a little bit. So I'm assuming you're going to want the thickest part of it. So it's that one. 1.63 inches. And now my calipers are messing up. So we got to go quick. So then the length of it is going to be 4.09 inches. I need a new battery. What cart are you using for your printer? Okay, the cart that I'm using for the printer, let me get the link for it because there's a lot of carts there. So let me find the link for you. Amazon. And it's this one. I personally have the white one, but I've noticed that the white one has been out of stock, which is unfortunate. Okay, so there is that for you. I give it a year before someone figures out how to do the mod, the EufyMake. Yeah, so here's my opinion on doing like a mod for the EufyMake okay, so I opened up that gloss. I'm going to put it back in here and I'm going to put it back where I had it. The reason why you want to do that is the ink is, it's not out yet because we haven't used it, but the ink comes out here. If you were to like put this next to a window and that UV light hits it, it could cure it and then you may have a problem. So I'm going to put it back in the box. I'm going to put it back. Okay. Do you think it's possible to use a flexible white ink on a mug and tumbler to get a foil? Ooh, that is a good question. Okay, so I'm actually working this week. That's what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working with flexible white ink a lot. So let me add that to my list of things to try because that's a good content idea. I had put in my posts here on the tube, I was like, if you could do a foil, what would you do? And so I have a huge laundry list. So soft ink on tumbler to do hot foiling. So I have this like huge list of things that like to try, you know, because like you're all waiting for, you know, your stuff. And so I'm like, what else can we do? Like what, you know, let me just answer some questions for you. So I have a huge list. It's really big. It's going to take me like all week to get them done, but it's okay. I'm here for it. I would love to experiment. Do you think it would be, oh, I already answered that one. I give it a year before someone figures out how to mod the Eufy to take bottled UV ink. Okay, so let's go back to that because that one right there, the way I look at it is kind of like with my 24-inch printer is like my 24-inch printer was at the time, I think it was like $1,800 for the entire thing. They do sell, like people do sell like modded inks or like you can do this or that with the ink or whatever, like not the genuine ink, okay? They do sell that and it is cheaper. But do I really want to test it out to therefore ruin my $1,800 printer? And the answer to that is no, I don't want that. So then it goes back to like this printer, the Eufy. There may be people that will come out there and like figure out how to mod the takes or, you know, to give you like non-genuine inks and stuff like that. Like that, like in the grand scheme of things, that's probably going to end up being possible. But do you want to ruin your couple $1,000 printer? Because I can guarantee you if something were to happen to that printer and then if you find out about it, like when you're like, oh my gosh, it don't work. And then, you know, you're pretty much up a paddle or up a creek without a paddle because you decided to use things that you weren't supposed to use, right? My print is done. Yeah, I mostly do 2 colors. Oh, hold on. Oh, my goodness. So stinking cute. So stinking cute. I wish I could show you this. If I was, let me do it like this. Oh, awesome. Okay. So, these right here just came out of the jig. The jig I show you how to create on Friday. I use Inkscape. In a on Friday's video, I show you how to do it in Canva. this video, I'm going to show you how to do it in Inkscape. So these ones right here, I just got done with them. So these ones right here just came out of the EufyMake, and then these ones right here were cut and done on Friday. I was done. When I like decided I was done with crafting, I just like left it and then came back to it. So we went a few days without printing, and this is what we had on Friday, and this is what we have today. So even by letting that printer sit for a couple days, look at that. Like, perfect. No issues. They look exactly the same. So that's the coolest thing is like you can come back to it. You know, I broke that one. I could have kept printing on Friday, but I was done. There was a lot going on. What did I have? Oh, I had like coaching calls. I had 2 one-on-one coaching calls on Friday, and then I had recording content, and then there was something else that happened on Friday. Oh, my son's birthday was Saturday, so we were prepping for that as well. It was just crazy. So I was done, which is great because then you come back on like your next working day, which is for me was Monday, and like pick up where I left off with no issues. You know what I mean? So like that's the coolest part. Hi from the UK. Will the Eufy work on sublimation products such as tumblers and coasters? So there is a lot of talk about the whole sublimation tumblers and coasters and such. My opinion is this. I have not personally tried it on a sublimation tumbler because I don't have any sublimation tumblers here. But like I have tried on sublimation blanks. As long as you prep your item, you should be okay. There are a lot of people that like, even when we talk about like crafting with vinyl and your Cricut, a lot of people will use vinyl onto their tumblers and then it falls off like really quickly. And it's because you didn't prep your item appropriately. I am a firm believer that if we prep our item the way we're supposed to prep our items, that you will not have any issues. So like for me, for example, this right here is just white acrylic, and you could have just stuck it in the Eufy, called it a day, and not had to, or not do anything else. But the longevity of your item will probably not stand up the test of time because you didn't prep your item. So if you prep your item appropriately, I used the Eufy's coming out with this Adhesion prep pad. They're not available yet, but they will be. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Okay, sorry. Something about my car. Anyways, Eufy's coming out with this Adhesion prep pad. They look like this. They're not available on the website, so I don't know how much they are, but this right here is what they look like. It's for acrylic. You could also use it for glass or metal. Look, it says it's all different for glass and ceramics. Then we got some that say for acrylic. It's all the same. So if you do like glass, uncoated metal, acrylic, anything that is like a skating rink, like an ice skating rink. If it's an ice skating rink, prep your items. You could use the Adhesion prep pads, or if you can get yourself like the isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I don't know if I just probably butchered that, but I'm sure you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I just prep your items, and they're gonna withstand the test of time. The one thing that I always tell people though, when you're prepping your items, because I see this happen a lot, like you could prep your items great, but then you touch it with your hands. And when you prep your item and therefore touch your item again with your hands, you have a lot of skin oils that gets transferred onto your product. And so you want to make sure that you don't touch your items with that. So my stance on doing a sublimation blank, I have tried it on a regular sublimation blank. They do fine as long as you prep your item. I have not tried it on a sublimation tumbler yet because I just don't have any. So that's what it is. Are you going to redo a hot foiling video now that you figured out the laminator? I know that some is going to want gold foil. So I am going to do, I'm working on, this is what I'm working on this week. What I'm working on this week is doing like a whole thing about does it hot foil. And there is a laundry list of things that people have given me of what they would like to see hot foiled. And essentially it's going to be Does It Hot Foil. I'm going to print some things, a bunch of things, and then I am going to see if it hot foils. So in like long story short, or short story long, yes, I am going to do it. I am going to do it. Now I have to tell you though, like little insider information. Eufy says that they can use the hot foil for the with the laminator. I've tested it out, and yeah, it does kind of work. But like, I actually think I like the way that my crusty dusty laminator. I like how that actually turned out versus their laminator. Don't tell them I said that. Yes, I love that question. And okay, so if you lightly sand an item, will it show through the print? When we say lightly sand, like if we do fine grit, like fine grit sanding, I think you should be fine with fine grit. But it just depends, because some grits are more than others. You know what I mean? Hello, just turned in. My printer is coming in September. I'm starting a business. How long can I, how long or how much can I do with my first inks? Okay, so just an idea of like what you can do, okay? If you are doing, and it's like really hard for me to explain this for like people to really truly grasp it. So hopefully this makes sense, okay? So when you do 3D printing or 3D textures with the EufyMake, just know you are going to burn through ink like crazy and it's going to be a lot of white. So like Eufy sells two different kits for their ink. They sell a texture kit, and then they sell a regular CMYK kit. The texture kit has heavy white, and the reason for that is how to build the layers. They build it with white, and you are going to use a lot of white. Like my aunt's license plate that I printed for her, I think I used like 20 milliliters of ink on that. You might have to go look back on that video. Don't quote me on that, but it was a lot. It was a lot of milliliters of ink. Each one of these is 100 milliliters. Okay. Now, in the form of like what I just did, I created 30 of these keychains. I did the math earlier. I end up making like $300 in profit. Like, it's crazy how much I end up making on these. But this project in particular took me 3 milliliters, like in total. So, but do you see how much color? Like, it's a full sheet of these, and do you see how much color? Like, it ain't a whole lot, right? 3 milliliters of ink is how much this took to do 30. To do 30 of these, it was 3 milliliters. Less than $1 of ink. But, so if we're talking about each thing, like, think about it. How many prints of these could I have made? Because you get these tanks. Each tank is 100 milliliters. In total, I used 3 milliliters. You get 6 different colors. You get a gloss, a white, CMYK. You get a total of 6 inks, so that's 600 milliliters, and I only used 3. That's a huge, that's like, you got a lot of printing. It all depends. You just paid for your next ink purchase. Yeah. So it all depends on how much you print, or like your saturation of it. I can tell you in general, as long as you're doing non-textured prints, because that white texture, it's going to take the white texture. If you do a texture print, I said this to my friend Tanner, who was just here. He posted a video about it, about like him buying it, because he did buy one, and then he flew out here because he has no patience. He was like, what should I buy? I said, what I suggest for everyone is get yourself an extra ink. Like, if you are brand new to this, you've never owned a UV printer, what I would suggest is I would get you an extra set of inks. Now, the purchase of your printer comes with one set. Like, it already comes with a full set of inks, which is great. But because you're going to be printing, get yourself a second set. The greatest thing about this is that, and I've demonstrated like in other videos, is like, let's say you decide, you know what, I want to do a textured print, and you can press print after, and this is the one thing that I wish that they would change is you would have to press print, and then it sends it over to the Eufy. And then at that point, what happens is it'll tell you like, oh, you're about ready to use 50 milliliters of ink. You can press cancel. You don't have to commit to that. And then you can change your settings. What I wish that they would do, I'm thinking they are changing that because it's been something that a lot of us beta testers have complained about, is I want them to, when we click on a setting, I want them to be like, this is how much ink you're going to use for this setting. So I don't have to send it and then like wait for it to send for me to be told like, oh, it's going to be this much. Do you want to change it? And then you have to cancel. It's kind of like that part I wish that they would change. I think they're going to. I think they are listening and they are going to update that, because every single time us beta testers, this is the greatest thing. I have to tell you. I have worked with a lot of companies before. There has been a lot of things that have come in my craft room that you never see that I've tested out. And the one thing that I can tell you about this beta testing that has been different than any other beta testing thing that I've ever been a part of is the fact that when the beta testers say, hey, we want this, or this is what we've noticed, or whatever, they do it. And the next firmware update that we got those changes. That is the one thing that I'm like, yes, because they want to be the best, right? And so like for me, it's just been so refreshing. So I'm assuming, because a lot of beta testers have complained, like we want to know how much ink we're using. We don't have to want to actually send it to then cancel, to then go back and waste our time. That I think they're going to do that. So by the time you get your machine, don't quote me, but I'm hoping that that will be the case for you. So I think that as long as you stick to just normal prints like this, or printing on Legos, or, you know, like printing photos and stuff like that, you're going to get a lot of prints. A lot. I mean, 3 milliliters of ink is how much I use for these two things. But it depends on what you print. But the 3D effect will be a sell factor. The 3D effect is, you can't do this. You know, here's the deal. Before this printer, I couldn't even make this. So I always say like, yeah, like, you know, like the 3D effect is a selling factor, but this right here is a selling factor for me, because I've wanted to do things like this for years, and never could. And now I can, you know what I mean? And I've realized like you can do really good texture print. Like this was when you get your first machine, I don't know if it's going to be the same. When we, as beta testers, got our machine, the very first prints that we got was this right here. You have to do this. You don't get a choice. So I hope that they don't change that and you have to do the same print as me, because it's kind of like 3D printer. In the 3D printer world, a lot of the first prints is like a little tugboat. And I hope that this is going to be your first print, because it just shows you like this is the flat. And then I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but there is texture in that the Statue of Liberty. And it's like cool texture. It was the coolest thing to watch that print. Never been able to do that before. Thank you for your answer. Like your videos a lot. Great tips. I am so thankful that you like them. I am so thankful. It's been a long time since there has been a machine that would like get me out of bed at night. And like, I have a list of things that I just keep wanting to print, or like finding things. So I'm really glad that you're liking them, because it's just kept me going. I keep thinking to myself, this video is the video no one's going to watch. And then I need to move on. Like I need to find something else to make or something else to do. But y'all can just keep showing up for me. So since you are, I'm going to show up for you too. Okay, I'm so glad you are doing all of these tests. It's so helpful while we are waiting for our printers. And this is why I'm doing them. I'm doing it because I'm going to keep you inspired. And then your ideas are going to be flowing. By the time you get here, by the time you get to the point of when your machine is in your hands, you are going to know. You are going to know how to do everything, right? And then like most of the tests, if we find that, you know, some of my tests don't work, like the flexible white ink, I have a feeling that some of that stuff is not going to work. I do have a feeling for it. But we're going to find out, right? And so for me, I'm like, I'm going to do the hard work, so then when you get your printer, you're not going to have to do that. You could if you wanted to. You could test it out. But like, you know, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. I feel like, but I honestly, I keep telling everyone, like, what I do is like this much. The second everyone else gets their machine, I can tell you right now, y'all's ideas, your ideas that you have are going to throw me out of the loop. Like, you might as well just start creating content yourself and doing it. I swear. Some of the ideas that I see, I have a screenshot. Just want you to know, like, I follow the Facebook group like a hawk. I don't know if she's watching here, but we got a Lori. Nope. Darmisha. She posted in there, I don't know, when did I take this screenshot? On Saturday, 8:41. Hi, would it be possible to print on acrylic and then heat bend it? And I was like, oh my gosh, what a question. I screenshotted that because I'm like, I'm going to try it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's on my list. The creativity that everyone else has, like, I am just your funnel. I just see the ideas and then I do them because everyone's questioning them and no one has, no one's has a printer yet. So like I'm doing them. But like, to be honest with you, like half the ideas that I've come up with lately, they are because of you, not because I've actually thought of them. So thank you for content ideas. Are you doing these Q&As more often? To be honest with you, I have been told by a lot of people I need to start doing more lives. Now, if you saw me earlier this morning, you will know that I've had a lot of technical difficulties, which is why I don't really like doing lives. I do love being live though. I feel like lives are my jam in the sense of like, I don't have to edit any content. You're going to see me at my rawest form and, someone in that Facebook group yesterday called me a yapper. And I was like, yeah, that's the whole point of being a YouTube content creator. Job one description is being a yapper. So what's the group? Can you post the link? So I'm going to show you the actual, I don't know. I'm not logged into my Facebook on this computer, so I can't show it to you. But this is the group link. It's a Facebook group and it's called EufyMake UV Printers E1 Official Group. There's another one that says owners, like printer owners. That one I don't believe is ran by EufyMake. This one is ran by EufyMake. Let's see here. Was my day off, so it was so fun to see you live. I think over the last 2 weeks, I've been going back and watching all your vids. Thanks. Thank you. Like I said, this printer, it's been years. It's been absolutely years since I've been this excited about something. I think I have a total of 8 different lasers. 1, 2, there's 3 over there. I have 3 lasers here in my house right now, laser cutters, and I think I have like 5 in my warehouse. That's a lot. And I feel like once you see one laser, you see them all. Like that's just what it is. Like there's nothing new, there's nothing inventive, there's nothing new going on over there. And I've been playing with lasers for like 5 years. And so I feel like I'm just kind of bored with a laser. I can use a laser. I know how to use a laser. Like it's great that, I have a laser, but like nothing new or exciting is happening in the laser world. This is the first thing in like 5 years that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is game changing. And it's something new. It's not new. That's a lie. UV printers have been around for a very long time, but this is the first UV printer that has been attainable for just a crafter. Just like a regular crafter, doesn't have a business or anything else like that. This is like the first UV printer that's attainable for the everyday crafter. And that's what has me jazzed. Has me jazzed is the fact that an everyday crafter can make really cool things. They can make it a business if they wanted to, but they don't have to. They can just make really cool gifts. I have been using my laser, like on a personal level, I've been using my laser to make stickers for my cardstock warehouse. Just as freebies. I have it. They send me the ink. They send me the AB film. I have all the stuff. I might as well just do something fun. So I've been creating like stickers for my cardstock warehouse. I created some bone folders for my cardstock warehouse. My boss for my side gig is doing a beach retreat for his group of Etsy sellers. So I'm making keychains for that. Like all the things. I want to print on acrylic. Any experience with that? No laser yet, but it's on my list. What's the best small laser? So here, okay, let me pause. I'm gonna set this down and let's talk about lasers. Okay, I have many lasers. You heard me say that. I have 3 here. 1, 2, and then 3 over there. 3 here. Okay. Sorry for all the questions. Just was scrolling YouTube and it came up. No, it's totally fine. Like that's why I'm here. Is I want to answer your questions. Like all the questions that you have, like I want to answer them for you because I feel like I'm a world of knowledge that I just kind of get censored a little bit on like. Not censored, but I only have so much time to say like in an actual video that's edited that like these questions is like just questions, like they're actual questions that actually need answered. So here's the deal. When it comes to the laser world, there are things that you're going to have to look out for in the laser world, okay? Diode lasers, infrared lasers, you have fiber lasers, you have UV lasers, and you have CO2 lasers. Now, Xtool just came out with this other laser. It's like a MOPOB laser or something like that. I don't even know. Just something else. Okay, haha. All the thoughts I saw go through your head about lasers. Yeah, that's right. Like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here's my spiel. Okay, I have been a laser owner since 2019. October, it was like the end of October, beginning of November of 2019 is when I got my very first laser, and it was a Glowforge. It was the first like desktop laser for the actual craft user. I would like to know, do not buy a Glowforge. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you want to hear that spiel, I'll give you that spiel. But just at the end of the day, don't do it. I have Glowforge tutorials here on my channel for when I still had Glowforge. But had I known what I know now, I would have never gotten a Glowforge. Okay, that's the short story. That's the long story short. Okay. At the end of the day, what happened is I had a Glowforge. The Glowforge is a CO2 machine. And it's a CO2 laser, okay? The CO2 laser can cut all acrylics. I want you to remember that moving forward, okay? So things like white acrylic, you are not going to be able to do with a diode laser. Most of that, those, when you had said like, what was like a small, what's the best small laser? But your first initial thing is I want to work with acrylic, okay? Acrylic and then small laser do not go hand in hand. And the reason for that is most of the small lasers that you are going to find, they are called diode lasers. I actually have a full video explaining the differences between all of them because it can get confusing. And then I would like to follow this up with is if you find a laser that you want to buy, just ask me. Ask me like, will this cut all acrylics? Will this do like, this is what I want to do with, will it do all of it? Ask me and I will be 100% honest with you because the last thing I want you to do is to buy a laser that does not fit your needs, okay? So for me, I came from a Glowforge that was a CO2 laser. From the very second I got my Glowforge, I was able to cut all acrylics, like mirror gold, mirror silver, white, clear, all of those things that I wanted to do, okay? I have a small UV, I have a small business owning 3 diode lasers with this UV printer. Will take my small business to the next level. I can't wait for mine to arrive. So like when it comes to a diode laser, there's nothing wrong with a diode laser. I want you to know there's nothing wrong with a diode laser. I have some diode lasers and they're good, okay? But let's set your expectations. My ADHD head is spinning out of control with ideas. Xtool was an option, but still expensive. So the thing though is like the diode laser is a good laser, but if you're wanting to cut all acrylics, like if you don't want any type of restrictions on cutting acrylic, when I say cutting acrylic, I am talking about white, clear, mirror, like any type of mirror, holographic, glitter, all of that stuff. If you want to be able to cut all acrylics, you are going to need a CO2 laser cutter. At that point, the one that is going to be the most affordable CO2 laser is going to be the Xtool P2. I prefer the Xtool brand versus any other brand that's out there. I've looked at Ontact, I've looked at Thunder, I've looked at a few of like Brother has a laser. There has been a few other lasers that I have looked at. And before I committed to going all in on the Xtool, I looked at all of them. I prefer the Xtool laser brand just because I believe that they build machines that are going to last, and their care is better, way better than any other laser company out there. But if you are wanting to cut all acrylics, then you're going to need a CO2 laser. You will find a little bit of false information here, there, and everywhere that gets sprinkled in there. Like, I hacked my diode to cut white. I'm going to tell you right now, for every one time that person got one, there's probably 1,000 fails. And at that point, I'm all about frustration-free crafting, and I don't suggest even attempting. Acrylic is actually really flammable and has set people's houses on fire if we're not careful. And so I just want you to know that, like, when we're trying to do things, especially with our laser, and you're trying to hack something, I wouldn't suggest trying it with acrylic because it's extremely flammable. I know a lot of people that have set actual fires in their laser. They send me videos on my Instagram and they're like, oh my gosh, I had a fire. And I'm like, oh, what were you cutting? And they say acrylic. And I'm like, I told you not to try cutting acrylic on that diode. And they're like, I didn't listen. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know. My opinion on it is if I were to cut acrylic, I would cut it on my CO2. The cuts over there are so much better for acrylic. Even the acrylic that you can cut on a diode like black, you just get them better at the CO2. Like, hands down, they're better at the CO2. So, for me, that's just my stance on that. You can get a diode. The diode that I would suggest that you would get, I would probably suggest, I would say, like, if we're trying to pair, if we're doing a Eufy, if you're doing a Eufy, the diode that I would probably suggest would be either the F1, probably the F1 Ultra because it's a larger bed. The S1, I feel like there's no camera. It's a little bit more of a, I've had them all. The only ones that I haven't gotten yet of the X tool is going to be the fiber one, and then their apparel printer, and then the F2 Ultra. So there's 3. So those 3 I haven't gotten. They're the newest ones that came out this year. Those 3 I don't have. I've used every single one. The S1, that was my middle finger. The S1 is a good machine, but there's no camera. I love a camera. I do love a camera. It just makes things so much easier. Do I have a fiber laser? I do. I have the F1. I have the F1 Ultra. I also have a UV laser. I don't talk a lot about it because it's a really good laser. It's a really good laser. I have a UV laser. It's a really good laser. It's really freaking cool. But the one thing I don't like about it, I have two videos of it. And I even talk about it in both of those videos. You buy this laser, it's $4,000, and then you have to buy Lightburn. And I feel like as a company, because they don't have an actual software for their laser, that I feel like if I am going to spend $4,000 on a laser, I should at least get a product key for Lightburn. Lightburn is $100. And I know it's the principle. The principle is I just spent $4,000 on a laser. I should not have to spend an additional $100 to get the software. That's what I feel. So I still have it because I'm hoping that this company will change their mind about what they're offering and just include, it's as if I bought a Windows computer and had to pay extra for a Windows product key. It doesn't make much sense, So that's my opinion. That's my opinion on that. I have a UV laser. It's really cool, but I don't use it because I refuse to purchase Lightburn. Okay, let me answer a couple more questions. Is there one laser that you think would pair the best with a EufyMake? If you were to ask me, the one laser that pairs best with a EufyMake is going to be the X-Tool P2. I have, between the two, if you know anything about the X-Tool, you will know that they have the X-Tool P2 and the X-Tool P2S. There is small amounts of difference. I've had both. I've had the P2 and the P2S. The amount of money that they're trying to charge for the P2S, if you have the ability to buy the P2, I'd buy the P2. I don't see the price justification in the two. And see, this is why not a lot of brands like to reach out to me, because I'm freaking honest. I'm like, why buy the P2S for more money? Just get the P2. I have a small laser. Oop, I answered that. Loving your content. I'm grateful for what you're doing. The ability to use so many different materials in one machine is great. Need multiple lasers. Need multiple lasers to use multiple materials. Thanks. So I honestly don't think that you need multiple lasers to do multiple to do multiple things. The CO2 machine can essentially do it all. Everything a diode can do, the CO2 can do. The only differences is with metal marking. Metal marking, you have to use a spray. Oh, I don't have my bracelet on there. Normally I have my bracelet, and my bracelet, I use my CO2 machine, and all you do is you spray some metal spray and it engraves. With a diode machine, you don't have to do that. Now, I have an infrared, and it was the F1, and this right here is gold, white gold, and that was made with my infrared laser. But I would say an infrared laser, like if you make jewelry, you need an infrared laser in your life to add personalizations. But like, how many of you are actual jewelry makers? You know what I mean? I would say the best all-around machine is going to be your CO2 laser. That's my opinion. Let's see here. My ADHD is spinning. Oh, answered that one. What's my thoughts on a flux? I've had a flux, and you've never seen me post content about the flux. That's my opinion. that's my thoughts. Do you know if Eufy has resolved the peel off issue for the stem? This is where you try and peel off a protective layer just printing. It seems to have been an issue with some users. Oh, okay. So I think what you're talking about, I actually demonstrated this in a previous video. When you peel off the protective layer, let's see. I actually got a new. Let me see. So this is what we're asking. Oh, sorry, I had to reach in deep for that. Okay, so this is what's been asking. I'm assuming this is what you're saying. A peel off issue when you do the sticker film. So let's say I'm going to print some stickers. I'll print some layer for my cardstock shop. So I'm just going to prep it anyways. This right here is the small flatbed. And what I'm assuming what you're saying is, and I demonstrated this in a previous video, is with the stickers, this right here was my original pack. This right here is something they just sent me. And this is the sticker sheet, okay? When you do the sticker sheet, and actually, you know what's crazy is, it's actually different. It is different. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. So, this right here was the old. This right here is the new. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice this in this camera because it's just a webcam, but this right here is the original sticker sheet that they gave me, and it's matte on the back. This right here is the new one that just got sent to me. Oh, you can see that. Do you see how this one's shiny and this one's matte? So there is already a difference. So before, what you would do, and let's see, because I haven't used the new stuff, is you have to lay it down. There you go. Okay, you're going to lay it down like this on your thing. And then what you have to do is take this like clear plastic film off. And it peels. And the peeling thing that I believe you're talking about is going to be this right here. But to be honest with you, it looks like they haven't fixed it. But what I do is I just do this. Like it's truly, Oh, it's actually, okay. Between the last one and this one, this is so much better. Do I have a little bit that is sticking? Yes, I do. But in terms of what I did have to do between now, this one was so much better. But all you have to do is just like tack it down. Go slow and just like roll it off your finger. But so much better than the last time. But it's different. Like the material is different. Two different materials. It looks good. It looks really good. A lot easier. I would just suggest going slow. Okay. Do you do any engraving on wood with your X tool? Yes. I engrave wood. I don't think I have anything to show you. You can engrave wood, you can engrave acrylic, you can engrave all the things with your X tool CO2 machine. X tool sells a lot of different lasers. So you just have to be certain which one we're talking about. You can engrave wood with a diode laser or a CO2 laser. I wouldn't say your infrared laser or your fiber laser would be good for engraving wood. Let's see here. Do you have a fiber laser? I do. It's the F1 Ultra. I love your content so much. I'm a firefighter and am awaiting my printer. Have you or could you try printing on metal business cards? And could you run a heat test on it? That would work on our helmet. What in the world are you trying to put on your helmet? Like a sticker? Are you trying to put a sticker on your helmet? Let me know. Thank you for your service though. I could not imagine wanting to run into a burning building. So thank you so much for all your work that you do. Let's go with, what's going on here? Okay. Yes, it's for, okay, so I will try putting it on there. I don't know if it will work. I will print a sticker and then put a heat gun on there and see if it goes up in flames. I'm going to have to do this outside. My husband's probably going to, like, not be happy. I'll be like, it's for content. What is going on? My computer's fritzing out. Okay, metal business cards. I have not printed on metal business cards. No. I haven't, but I have some. I had to think about it. I haven't printed on metal business cards, but I can. Do I have some? Let's see. You know, I actually don't think I do. Oh no, I do. I got some right here. I got some. Good afternoon from the UK. Hello. Is it lunchtime there? I like your honest answers. Also tips and tricks. Got to go, but we'll definitely tune in a later time. Thanks for joining. I got a shelf full of stuff ready to print on when mine shows up. Yes. I love that. That is actually some really good news. I would say I like to go shopping around my house. Just shop your house. Awesome. 4:13. Oh, it's like afternoon time. You're like getting ready to eat some dinner. So we have a total. Oh, no. I got one more. I got one more left of these to take. What have I done successfully today? It's 11. It's 11 in the afternoon. It's 11:13. And I have made 30. Finished making 30 of these. I started these on Friday and I decided I was done. So now I'm back finishing them up. You will watch the full beginning, how I did all this and stuff like that on Friday. On Friday, it's already ready to rumble on my channel for Friday's upload. So just know I'm going to show you how we did this perfectly. 30 of these perfectly. No issues. Done skis. Yes, that would be awesome if you can try and then heat gun to see how much it can withstand. I also plan on making challenge coins. I love that. Okay, so let's see here. Let me. Oops, hold on. Let's actually print something together. You're here. Why don't we do it? We're going to put in, I already have that sticker sheet. So let's do that together. How about that? Do you want to do that together? I'm a sewist living in France. Do you think the Eufy can print on fabric? So, my answer to that is going to be yes, but I don't think you should. The wash test and the hold up test that you do on the fabric is not, you're going to waste your time because it's not going to hold up. It can print. I have printed on that. When I use the soft white ink, I did print on some fabric and it was all right, but it did not hold up well and it didn't look that well. So yes you could, but I don't suggest it. I just don't suggest it. Okay, let me go into this and then oh my gosh, what is going on here? Try to make this smaller. It's so big. I am going to try and upload this. Are you going to be shipping you? Are they? Okay, so let's talk about the roll to film because unfortunately I have not gotten the roll to film yet. So hold on one second. I'm going to go into window capture and let's do, no, it's going to be app capture and we are going to go with, sorry, I'm just trying to find where that dang thing is at. Apparently, the window capture, my gosh, apparently it's, oh, here we go. Awesome, there we go. Look at that. All right, there we go. You can see my screen now. Look at that. Delicious, right? Okay, so let me go over into the shipping of the roll to film first. Let's talk about that. Shipping the roll to film, they originally, when they talked about the roll to film, they were like, oh, we will get that in, in July. They were going to ship it at the beginning of July, and then all the beta testers would have it in mid-July. I do believe that only one person, I think his name is Justin Bittner, he may have the roll to film thing. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. I believe but I do think that he is the only one that has access to it. I don't know if he's actually posted content about it, okay? So for me, what I do know is they are going to be sending me the roll to film attachment, but what they did is before they were like, oh, we will be sending you beta testers the roll to film. And then when the Kickstarter did as well as what they did, they came back to us beta testers and they're like, we are going to send you the roll to film after we start shipping the machines. Like, we're going to focus on shipping the machines to our consumers before we send you the roll to film attachment. And I was like, that is perfect. So while I do know that you can, that I will be getting it, I don't, it hasn't shipped yet because they're still working on the actual machines to ship to you guys. So that's what I know. Can you print on a gun to customize? I'm not entirely sure. I don't have one of them in my house to test, so I'm not entirely sure if you can or not. Okay, so let's go into the EufyMake software. I'm sure this is nothing new to you. I'm sure you've seen this before, especially if you've seen my videos. But I just want to show you how easy it is. I always feel like I say it's easy and then people think I'm lying. So just to demonstrate, like, no cuts, okay? Let's pretend like this is a blank software. This is what I was using right here. This was to create the keychains that I created. So let's just go into a new project and we're going to load this up. The great thing is when you open up a new project, what happens is the EufyMake already determines that you already have a new, like a different bed in there. I already put that sticker paper in there. So I'm just going to press stop shot. Now, while we wait, EufyMake has all of these available things like JPEG images, PNG images that you can use. I actually maybe have only used one or two. I don't know why. You could use them if you wanted to. I don't like that. I'm not for that life. Love your channel, waiting for my E1. Thanks for supporting me. I'm so glad that you're here watching this because it's so much fun. So I'm going to do this sticker right here. These are all of my uploads. You just drag and drop. Like if you wanted to, you can drag in. I don't have any other available PNG files. Ooh, you know what? I have this one. I've been wanting to make this sticker. Let me just e-drop this over into my EufyMake. Share, airdrop, craft room back. Okay, so I'm airdropping something else. Oh, see how fast that snapshot was? So the snapshot's already done. I'm going to drag and drop another PNG file into the EufyMake software just so you can see like it's that easy. The larger the file, the slower it goes, but it's not like, was that slow? Not at all. Okay, so let's see here. Now with this, all you want to do is you're going to drag this down and you're going to resize this. This sticker that's right here was sent to me by somebody that I love so much. She like bought these off Etsy. She bought this one off Etsy. This one I found off Creative Fabrica. The reason why I'm going to do this one though is because just to show you like your Cricut could not. Like there's no way that your Cricut would ever be able to do this. The audio might be cutting out just because my internet might be going a little crazy. Plus, I'm also using it to actually do something like create these stickers. And my computer, I think I need a new computer. But I hope my husband did not hear that because best believe he will be out there buying me a new computer today. Bless his heart, he's too good to me. But I don't want to spend money on a new computer. Okay, so I'm going to create 4 stickers, all right? I am going to be doing the white in CMYK. Oops. When you select your things, right here, select one, you're going to see these ink modes. The ink modes, if we weren't doing sticker, you would select your ink mode. However, I'm going to be doing a sticker, so what I'm going to do is come down here and press ink mode. Make this make sense that we actually have to look for the sticker thing. I wish that they would have it up here in material. They would say like, hey, you're going to be doing a sticker, because honestly, to have to look for the sticker material is quite annoying. But you're going to come down here to global ink mode and you're going to press sticker. Okay. Yeah, it cuts out when you're doing other internet tasks. I figured as much. It's because I'm actually using my computer for something more. And the files that I'm using is a little bit like these right here are like high definition files. So I would suggest 300 DPIs are better for printing. You can keep it as unknown if you want. You can do standard quality or high quality. I prefer the standard quality. The reason for that is anything you know about me is I'm not patient and I'm not wanting to learn. I don't want to wait for things. So we're just going to press print. That's it. That's all you had to do. The reason why I chose this sticker, that it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine, is because your Cricut would never be able to cut this. Like there's no way. Your Cricut would never be able to do this. So let's just wait for the file to get done sending over to the Eufy. And there was a question earlier about like how much ink can I use? Like I just got it. How much can I print? Right. So I did 30 keychains. 30 keychains took me a total of 3 milliliters. Spend the money on the new computer. It'll make you more productive. More productive equals more earning. Daniel, thank you. You are so correct. You are so correct. Good morning, Ashley, and everyone in the chat. This is so exciting. I can't wait to have mine arrive. Okay, so for these 4 stickers, it's a total of 1.25 milliliters. And let me see. I actually put it in my notes. I kept it in my notes app just so we know the difference of like how much things cost. If you were to buy these inks prices full price, the ink price is 0.43 per milliliter, 0.43 cents, so 43 cents. So we are doing a little over 43 cents for these 4 stickers, which I have to tell you, you can sell these stickers for like $5 to $8, depending on your market, depending on where you're going. Okay, so you're not going to see it, but over at the top of the machine, you just press the happy button. And that's it. Then we wait for it to get done printing. I purposely chose to print that it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine. I did it already with a previous video, and I put it on my computer. But the reason why is I have had that download in my computer for like a year and a half. It's been a long time. I have never been able to cut it out because I couldn't get my Cricut to cut it out. I'm gonna switch glasses because I can't stand this. Oh, so much better. I can see you. And now with this printer, like all you have to do is just print it, and then you obviously have to put it through the laminator. But that's it. Like there's no cutting involved, which is great. Let's see here. You probably need. Oh, let's go back. Have you tried pre-prepping stretch canvas so it can be CMYK only? So your canvas is already white. So you don't actually have to print any white. It's already white. And this is like when you get your UV printer, like things will start to make sense. Like you're like, oh, okay. If your base layer is white, like this, right? This right here was white. I could have not printed. I did white in CMYK, and the reason for that is I have this that is white. I could have chosen not to print the white, and what would end up happening is the acrylic would have shown through, but I didn't want that to, because the acrylic color and this color are two different whites, you know what I mean? And so I didn't want to do that, so I printed white. So, but if you were printing on a white canvas, you don't have to print white. You could just print like CMYK, and it will print just fine. You can see it. Boop. Boop. Do you see it moving? It's moving. Look, listen how quiet that is. We'll just move it like this. You probably need to use some sort of adhesion promoter on the metal part if you were to do wood and plastic, but that would be fine. I missed something. Oh, can you print on the gun? Probably. I mean, I honestly, for how much I know, there was a video that showed the CMYK only on canvas was muted. I'm going to write a note. I'm going to make a note. I'm going to try it out. It shouldn't have been muted. The CMYK, because your canvas is already white. Oh, bye. Wait, can you get my, you know that like Ethernet cable, the one that I switched over, like I would plug into my computer and then plug it in the router. It's extremely long. Yeah. Will you bring that home? Because I was having problems streaming earlier, and I keep getting cut out sometimes. Okay. I think it might be the internet. All right. Don't worry. Bye, love you. Ooh, will you also bring me a Diet Coke? I'll think about it. Okay, thank you. I'm a princess. Okay, so first things first, he is going to our warehouse to get more cardstock. Second, I asked him to get the Ethernet cable. So the next time I choose to go live, I'll just hook up my computer to my router, and then we won't have any internet issues. Because if you've been with me since 8 a.m. this morning, you will know we've been having some internet problems. And then 3, let's pray that he brings me home an extra large Diet Coke from the Circle K that I love so much. I love me a Diet Coke from Circle K. I just joined, but is there a reason you are printing stickers as opposed to just printing directly on the keychains? You have already covered that. No, okay, so the stickers that I'm making are not this. This I actually printed directly onto, and I didn't show you how I printed on these. This is going to be for Friday's video. So Friday's video, I'll tell you what happened. Friday's video, I recorded content, and it was how to make a jig. If you'll watch Sundays, I showed you how to make a jig for a golf ball using Canva. But Canva, you had to pay for it. And like, I'm all about trying to do things free. That's like great. So I use Inkscape. I created a jig. Let me show you. I created a jig like this with Inkscape. I have like these right here that didn't get, like the print did not turn out really well, so I have to reprint those. But this is the jig that I created within Inkscape, cut it out on my X12 P2S, and then also with the EufyMake. So I printed and did all of that on the video, and then decided, because I had an extremely busy day on Friday with 17 million things. By the time I had to do the second print, because I had to do 2 sheets of these, by the time I had to do the second print, I was like, F it. I don't want to stand here and keep working. So I decided to just stop. Then I came here this morning and was like, you know what? I'm going live so I can finish these, chat with you, answer all your questions, and then you can keep me company while I do the things I don't like to do, like peeling masking tape off the back of this, and then also put the keychains on here. The UV ink is not food safe. I would say that the UV ink is not food safe. That's what I'm supposed to tell you. It's up to you whether you decide you want to do that or not. I would not eat off of that. Like, I wouldn't, like, if it's going to be decoration only, then you could. I would say that that's fine, that you know, I would print on it. The plate, though, because I think what was it, there was something about plating on a dinner plate. Most dinner plates have that, like, lip, right? Like, it goes like this, like, with a lip. I don't have one readily available, so I can't show you. But you know how, like, the printer has this, like, lip? If it has the lip, it won't be able to print on it. Because the print, let's say, I wish I had one here to show you. Let's just say that this is a dinner plate. Okay? See how this right here has a lip on it? I could not print on this because the laser in your Eufy is going to think your material is this high instead of this high. And that makes a huge difference in your print quality. It's going to be extremely blurry and not look cute. Ask me how I know. I've tried. So, what I suggest is that if you wanted to and do decoration only, you could do a sticker. Print a sticker and then put it on there. But that would be only for, like, decoration only. I would not actually eat off of that. Let me see. I'm going to close out on some programs. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I don't have a whole lot open, actually. Oh, I do, actually. Oh, my goodness gracious. I had my whole X-Tool thing on. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Apparently, I have that Adobe Illustrator money. I don't have Adobe Illustrator. I don't have the money for that. Okay, we're at 39% complete. By the way, in the jig video, we ran into that camera issue. I was wondering if you made a second jig that would go on top of the golf balls that would expose the print areas. No, I didn't. You could. I broke my hatch to my cleaning thing. When I first got this machine, I've never actually said this out loud. Thank goodness my husband's not here because he also does not know this. But when I first got the machine, we had to insert that cleaning cartridge, and I, like, yanked on it. And it broke one of the teeth. I take it off, but if I do, then the cleaning cartridge comes out. And it broke the tooth off, so now the thing pops out every once in a while. Would that fix the camera issue? So the camera, it's not necessarily an issue with the camera. It's like when you put a golf ball in the flatbed, you are pretty much at, like, the max height distance or, like, the max height capability of the EufyMake. So just think of it like when if you were to, like, take a picture of something and you, like, go zoomed in close up, it kind of gets a little blurry and like looks weird, right? Kind of the same concept is, like, you are taking that golf ball and you are putting it at the max height, and so it starts to distort all the things. And so that's where a jig comes in handy, is for things like that. Also, a jig comes in handy if you're going to be doing a crap ton of the same thing over and over again. Or, like, smaller items like pencils or pens, stuff like that, because the small, like when you go small, you can zoom in and you can zoom in really close and then you can manually do it. But like that kind of sucks to have to try and manually do all the things. So like talking really high items like golf balls, because you're pretty much at like the max height and now the camera is like, oh my God, you're like really close to me. And then really small items, because it's kind of sucks to have to try and put things really small and like eyeball them. And then with mass amount of things. This is truly the golf ball, and then this one, I've only done 2 jigs. I've not made another jig for this printer. With the X tool, I'd have to make a jig for all the things. But like for this one, I didn't have to, I mean, I've had this printer for months and I've only done 2 jigs in 2 months. I've done 2 jigs the entire time I've had this. I was thinking that if you printed a scale on the jigs in both directions, you can print a test print on one of the places, maybe go over with the tape, look at the results, then adjust. I mean, you could, but like I know that when I'm creating a jig, like I say this, like I said this when I created it within Canva, and I say it in Friday's video when I created it in Inkscape. When you create your bed size, the same bed size that is also the actual bed size of your EufyMake, I can trust that jig. That jig is not going to lie to me. It's when you move the jig or you resize the jig, then you have problems. So that's kind of like, for me, like I didn't test print any of that. I just trusted my jig. But see, this comes with knowledge. So I think like for you, because this is like a new machine and you're just like unsure, like I would suggest doing test prints. Absolutely. Because the last thing you want to do is ruin a blank. That's a lot. I hate ruined blanks. I hate ruined blanks. So like I get it. Like I would do a test print. But like because I know this machine and I know like what it can do and like kind of like the ins and outs of it, like I didn't test print anything just because like I already know. You know what I mean? The camera is a fisheye lens. There's going to be some distortion. They correct for some of it, but you can rewrite the physics of it. So like when Friday's video posts, I don't want to like tell you all the things because I want you to watch Friday's video. But in Friday's video, we have thin acrylic. You know what I mean? Like thin stuff. And like you will notice like on the edges of things, like on the very edges, they do kind of get a little like, you have to pay attention. You have to really look for it. If you're coming from a laser world, like if you have the X-Tool P2, if you have a Glowforge, if you have a laser that has a camera, you will know what a fisheye lens looks like, and they are terrible. Like that fisheye lens, I would say that the Eufy, it is technically fisheye, but it's like not anywhere what it is like with the X-Tool P2. With the X-Tool P2, that is the worst fisheye lens. Actually, no, take that back. The Glowforge has even worse than the X-Tool ones do. The F1 Ultra that I have over here has like a camera like the Glowforge. I don't like it. I actually utilize, when I am using my F1 Ultra, I utilize the framing button instead of the camera because I don't think it's very good. But then with this one, if you're like pretty much down the middle, you're fine. It's when you go over to the edges that you kind of have a problem. Would you have the same edge with the flat items? So I actually just answered that before I even read that. With this keychain, this is going to be Friday's video. Everything that is like towards the middle is fine. The left edge, when you watch Friday's video, pay attention to the left edge of my screen. Because that left edge, you can see it kind of bows just a little bit, like very little, but just a little bit. So what I say in that video is just focus in on the center and line up the center. Trust that everything else will line up perfectly. If so, I'm wondering if you added a flat piece on top of the golf balls, would it only expose the print area with the flatter surface or on the golf balls? So on the golf balls, I could try printing. I feel like I have, no, but I don't have a second jig. I have 2 jigs, but they're not identical. I could try. But to be honest with you, I'm out of golf balls. So I don't really have, I really couldn't tell you whether or not it will work. I don't know if it will, and the only reason for that is because we are now at the max height. The max height of your actual capabilities of your Eufy only goes so high. And like when you try and take a picture with your phone at a really close angle and things start to get blurry, that's kind of the concept of that. So I don't think like adding something additional will help the situation just because. And then on that note, if you already have the jig, I'm not like, when I did the video for the golf balls, I didn't even, I simply just placed it into my thing and press play. Like that's it. Like made sure your print settings were good and then press play. And then I just kept moving. I never even looked at the camera just because I trusted it. You could try that, but I'm going to tell you that I feel like if you do, that is just one extra thing to make, one extra jig to make, and then you're going to like fight with the computer, and it really, at the end of the day, it really isn't worth it to me, just because like it worked knowing that I made the jig the same size as my bed, I put it in the right spot, and then we're good to go. You know what I mean? Looking forward to the jig video. I've owned a Glowforge for 5 years, trying to figure out a cut and print workflow. Jigs solve a lot of those problems. So I can't remember. Oh, how did you get the adhesion? I'm going to go back to that one. How did you get the adhesion promoter? Eufy sent it to me. I have the adhesion promoter because Eufy sent it to me. It will be available for purchase. All the A film and the B film and all that stuff, like all the random things that we have available, it will be available when you get your printer. So that's kind of like the workflow of what's going on here. They're still trying to hammer out pricing. Like I asked about like how much are the sticker papers are going to cost, how much is the lamination film going to cost, like all that random stuff. And they're like, we're still trying to hammer out the price. So that's why they're not available, because they're just trying to make sure that they have the best available price. The adhesion promoter is the same thing. I don't know the price of that. Couldn't tell you. But, sorry, my sister just texted me. But, yeah, it will be available. But in the meantime, if you don't have the adhesion promoter, I would suggest getting yourself I think it's like 90% alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. Costco sells it. You could probably get it on Amazon too. Amazon has everything, so you could probably get it there. It's probably cheaper at Costco or like Walmart. That seems to do just fine. I haven't done an apples to apples comparison between like adhesion promoter and alcohol thing. That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna put a note. I'm gonna do a note. I'm doing notes. Are we good? Oh, we're done. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my laminator on, because we have to use the laminator to get the thing. I have no idea if this actually turned out good. I have like PTSD from all my other things. Oh my gosh! Look at that! I have PTSD from all my other machines never turning out, that I don't think I'm ever going to get used to the fact that every single time I do a print with this thing, it actually frickin' prints what it's supposed to print. I mean, look at this. It's going to be blurry, like it's like if I get too close, this is kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to when you get too close to your printer. But it's not blurry at all. Like, come on now. Look at that. Wow. Do you see that Chucky chunks? And you can actually see that there's depth in that Chucky chunks. Oh my gosh. We got a good print. Again, I have had terrible luck with other printers, other things, other laser cutters, all the things. I don't think I'm ever going to like not have PTSD. But like, we have success. Look. And the quality of the print and the colors that they have. I'm in love. I mean, I've already printed these ones. This one right here I've already printed. I have it smaller on my computer. The reason why I chose to do this one, again, is because your Cricut would never be able to print and cut this. Like, cut all those small little details out. It would have never happened. Now, I chose to do this Chucky one. A friend sent this to me. She bought the file on Etsy. So I don't have the link for it because she bought it and then sent it to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. She's like, I'll send it to you. So she sent it to me. I love Chucky. I actually really love scary movies. Does that surprise you? Does that surprise you that I really love scary movies? Because I do. I actually do. Okay, so we're waiting for the laminator to heat up. I should have pressed the go on the laminator before it was done, but I didn't, so now we're just waiting. Okay, now it's done. So now with the laminator, all you gotta do is put it in. Oh shoot. I just put my paper in sideways. Do you see that? I hope it doesn't get ruined. Oh no, we're good. I feel like we're good. I feel like we're good. Okay. We're good. It looks good. This is what it looks like. So even though you put it in sideways, I put mine in sideways, it will still be okay. Whoops. Okay. So now all you got to do is cut out the excess. The one thing that I wish, and this is just because I'm kind of like this eco girl. I care about my carbon footprint. I wish we didn't have so much leftover plastic. There's always so much leftover plastic. It drives me absolutely bananas. But, okay, so I'm going to cut out the extra plastic. Okay, so just to show you, I don't have my, I don't have anything I could put this on, but I'm just going to show you anyways. So this is the greatest part about UV DTF stickers, is the fact that, oh, it took 18 minutes for 4 stickers to cut out. I just wanted you to know. But when you do stickers like this, versus with your Cricut, this is going to be your final sticker. Okay? I can put this on anything. I'm going to put this back on my piece of paper, though. I don't want to put it on there. Because this is what it's going to end up looking like. Oh, hold on. I got 75 million things up here. Okay. Do you see this? It's the same sticker that I printed with that printer. And all that small little cutout areas is all going to be open, wide open. And this is something that your Cricut would never. Your Cricut would never, ever, ever have the ability to cut all of that out. And that's why I love this printer so much, is because I can do things like this that I've always wanted to do, and they look so professional. When you talk about if you were to do this on a Cricut, your Cricut, you would have to have a white, it would look like, what do you call it? A white, there would just be a white something or another. I don't have an apples to apples to show you on the Cricut. I don't want to have to get my Cricut out. I'm kind of getting a divorce with the Cricut. But you would have like a whole white bubble around the entire thing. And that's how you would have to do it back with your Cricuts. Now you don't have to. Like even this one. I can't wait to show my son that I just made this thing. This is your sticker. You're going to put this on and then you're going to peel off this clear thing. I'm going to put it on my laptop. Okay. This is what I'm going to do on my laptop. Not prepping at all. So, this right here is my computer naked with nothing else on there. And then this is my Chucky sticker. Swoop. All right. So, I just peeled it off that white backing. And then I'm going to put this on. EufyMake is the go-to sticker machine. Yes. Yes. Like if you want to make a sticker, it is going to be using the Eufy. You will never, ever, ever see me ever again try and make a sticker with anything else but the Eufy. Because high quality stickers, man. High quality. So I'm going to put this on my thing. I'm going to intentionally try and make this like not straight just so it doesn't look like I failed at making things straight, you know? Okay, and we're going to put this on. I did not prep this at all, so no adhesion promoter. And then once you have it on there, what you want to do is peel off the clear. Come on. Let's put it on there. And now you want to peel it off. There you go. You do want to go slow though, especially for something like this because it's so smooth. You can rip your sticker. It does happen, but then all I do is I just roll it back and press it down. Then you never know it actually was ripped. Ooh, come on. Sorry, I'm going really slow because I don't want to rip my sticker. I'm trying to make sure I get everything on there. All right. So now that that's done, here is that. Completely empty. And then there's my sticker. And it's going to be blurry because my camera on my webcam is terrible. But there's like free toy inside on the inside of this. I don't even have my actual reading glasses on. Those are the clear ones that I never use. And I can actually read that. So the quality of the prints, a killer in every bite, crunch, like all of that stuff is like totally legible. The quality of these prints is absolutely amazing. And your Cricut could never do that. And so like if you were wanting to like sell stickers, this is where it's at. Because you can sell them for like $5 and $8 per sticker. It took, what did I say? Like a little, it was like 1.2 milliliters or something of that nature. And then it was 16 minutes to do 4. Have you printed on every family member's phone case yet? No. My phone case is actually still naked. I haven't printed anything on it either. You know what's so funny is I actually have commitment issues when it comes to things like that. I will decorate the crud out of my laptop or my Tumblr, but when it comes to my phone, I don't know what it is. I have tattoos, like actual tattoos. I clearly did not have commitment issues then, but for whatever reason, like I don't know, if needed to remove if possible. So you could remove it if you wanted to. One thing that I do like is this right here. If you are going to try and remove your sticker, because I have, like, my friend Tanner was here and he was like telling me that his wife put a UV sticker on her laptop and it wouldn't come off because the adhesive that's on UV stickers is like super strong. I told him to get one of these. This is a plastic razor blade. Do not try it with a regular razor blade. The reason for that is it will ruin and tarnish your, like, your computer. Like, I'm going to be able to, like, scratch my computer. It's not going to have, like, any issues with my laptop, okay? If you did it with an actual razor blade, you would have scratch marks in your razor blade. So I haven't tried to take my stickers off my laptop because I want them to stay there, but I have tried to do this, like, on my tumbler, like, scrape off something with my tumbler. It comes off. So anyways, Tanner was here. He was like, you know, my wife, Courtney, she put a sticker on her laptop and it won't come off. And I said, get one of these. He tried it. And then there was like a little bit of sticker residue. I was like, well, you can keep trying to do it with this if you wanted to. However, just get some rubbing alcohol. And he said, perfect. And it came right off. So you can get it off. If you want to, you can get it off. Let's see here. Can you print CMYK white, CMYK on a sticker sheet? So I had asked this actually a couple weeks ago, and I need to like double back on that because there was, they've clearly fixed it because I had no issues with these printers, these stickers, but this is kind of where like we're beta testing. Like a lot of times when we're beta testing, things aren't like 100%. And so I was having an issue with only the sticker printer setting. Everything else was working just fine, but I felt like the sticker setting, I was like, there's not enough white that's being printed. And they're like, oh, try and print, use the wood setting. They said, try to print on the wood setting. And I was like, but I'm printing stickers. I'm like, you can print a different setting. And then they didn't answer. I need to get back on that because like, I don't know if you could do white CMYK white on a sticker. I'm not entirely sure. I would love for that to be it, but no one's actually answered that question for me. And I guess I could try. I could try that, but I'm also not interested in breaking my machine. I just love it so much. I don't want to break it. Let's see. Would these stickers be okay to use as car decals or for outside, like on the mailbox? So, Sharon, I have two things. I haven't used a sticker for outdoor purposes yet, so just know that like I haven't used an actual sticker for outdoors, so I can't really 100% tell you for sure. However, I have printed UV with this printer. Remember like 4th of July, I made that outdoor USA sign. I cut that on my X-Tool P2S and then printed it on my Eufy. Or I printed it and then cut it on my Eufy. Whatever the case may be, that was printed with my Eufy and I stuck it outside in my front yard and it was out there for a month. It was my USA sign. It looks still brand new. Nothing. No issues. Then they're in my soft white ink video that I had posted. I did a leather hat patch and somebody there asked me like, because it was a leather hat patch that had like 3M tape that you could put on a hat. And they're like, well, what is it like if you were to like leave this outside because it's going to go on a hat? So I legitimately took that hat patch and I set it outside my front yard because my front yard gets heat all day long. The sunshine, there ain't no shade in my front yard ever. When the sun rises to when the sun sets, that has sun. I put it out there for like 3 days. It looks perfect. So it was the gold foil. It looks perfect. So I'm assuming that if you were to print a sticker, and I'll just try it. I'll just take this sticker outside. I'll take this sticker outside after I'm done here, and I'll put it underneath one of my rocks just to hold it down so it doesn't fly away. And I'll just like put it on the in the outside, in the elements for a couple days and see what it does. But I'm assuming because the other things that I have tested that have been printed with this printer, I've sat outside for a month or even a couple days and they still look like they're brand new. So I'm assuming that it would be the same for this too. And Sharon, I would use something like Oracle vinyl that is made outdoors. I am trying not to use my Cricut or my Caesar or anything like that. So I would suggest using your UV. I don't want to have to use my Cricut anymore. Card decals, other UDF stickers I've used will come off, be damaged if you go through the car wash. I don't know. I don't have, fun fact, I actually don't have anything. I don't have any decals in my car. Nope, that's a lie. I have one. When I bought my car, the car lot I bought it from put a stupid vinyl sticker on the back. I keep asking my husband to take it off because they didn't pay me to be their promoter of their car dealership. I feel like they should have asked for permission. It's the only decal that I have. It drives me crazy. I have a dark gray car, and it's a Ford Escape, and there's like about 7 or 8 of them that look all the same as mine that drive around town. I have tried to break into their cars often. So now I do have, like, on my back license plate, I blamed something and it's all pink. It's like blingy and pink. That's the only thing that, like, signifies, like, this is your car, Ashley. So that's it. That's all I have. But I haven't tried to put a sticker on my car or anything like that. But I will put this outside. I will put this outside in the sun and see what happens then. But otherwise that, like, I don't want to put it on my car. I'm just not like that. Do you have another clear coat gloss you use besides the Eufy gloss? I haven't used any type. I mean, I do have like UV thing. I have like UV spray paint and stuff. Like back when I would have to use my Cricut to print and then cut it out for like a sticker that was going to go in UV light or whatever. Like I have UV protectant spray that I use for that. But as far as doing stickers or anything else, like what you see is what you get. We print, we laminate, and this is it. I don't do anything more. That, like, the buck stops there. That's what I like, is like I'm eliminating so many different steps with this printer. It's absolutely amazing. Carl, let's see here. Would you say this UV printer is more user-friendly than DTF UV maintenance? Sorry for this question. It's been asked so many times before. No, you are totally fine. So I would like to preface this with, I do not have a UV DTF sticker. But I do have friends that have UV DTF printers. I don't have one. I just know what they have told me. DTF printers are a lot of freaking work. A lot. If you don't print something every single day, you have a problem. The print head clogs, the white ink clogs, you have all these issues. And it's just a pain in the butt. And so historically DTF printers and UV printers are finicky as well. Like before this printer. Oh, wait. I don't know if you heard that. But do you hear that clacking noise? Do you hear that clacking noise? So that, and then remember how I told you my thing is broken? So I broke, you can see it. I broke this. So this right here is supposed to have like a piece of plastic, and it doesn't because I broke it. And then on the side of my machine, you can see that I actually have a crack in my printer because I broke it. And it still works. Okay, so that clacking noise, which is kind of funny that we were just talking about this. So that clacking noise that you hear is the printer doing its like maintenance. They say maintenance. It's just making sure that the print head is keeping moisture on it. Okay, so when we talk about like DTF printers or even traditional UV printers, they don't have that technology. This is the first UV printer that's on the market that truly is like self-maintaining. And then I posted that maintenance video on Friday about me like cleaning and like replacing the print head scrapers and stuff like that. There is some maintenance. Like I've had this printer for 4 months, 5 months, and I did just replace the scraper. There is some maintenance. If I didn't have to ramble my way through a video, it would have taken me like 15 minutes to do it from start to finish. But as like a daily maintenance thing, generally if you have a DTF printer or a UV printer before this one, you would have to do a daily maintenance. Now you don't have to do daily maintenance because this thing right here, and that clacking noise that you heard is just the cleaning cartridge door is called out for some painter's tape. Yes, you can put painter's tape on it. Mine, let me see. If we turn this around, I don't think you're going to be able to tell. Maybe you can see it. There's a crack right here. I'm laughing. The side plane is just definitely out because it's broken. So what happens, and this is like a good learning experience. I've not actually shared this with anyone because Eufy doesn't know. Eufy doesn't know that I did this. So if you're watching, hi, I broke my machine. I didn't want to tell you, but so when I initially first got this machine, you have to put the cleaning cartridge in, and it will come out freely now because I didn't do it right. But when I did that, I cracked my machine right here. There's supposed to be something that's right here that keeps your door. It's on the other side too. It keeps your door from coming out. Yeah, well, I broke it, and I broke my machine. So the great news here is that even if you do the same thing as me, you can still use this printer. Just know that the door will pop out every once in a while. Did they send you one of the air filters? I did. I have the air filter, have the scraper in the cleaning video that I posted. Oh, they know now. Yes, they do. They probably are watching. They probably do know, but they love me. They love me because I keep doing more videos for them, whether or not they want to admit it or not. But that's what the facts are. They did send me the air filter. They sent me the scraper. In Friday's video that I had just posted last Friday, I believe that was when I did the scrape. The whole, I talk you through everything about like cleaning it and things like that. So you'll want to watch that video because I was worried for nothing. It's really easy. It's not that difficult. There was a couple stressful situations that had happened, but you know, nothing. It clearly still works. So that's good. I'm waiting to redo my mailbox until my printer gets here. The outdoor vinyl did not hold up. It faded terribly. I had to recut it just like that before. I bought my UV. I can't wait to see the stickers. Yeah, I will put my stickers outside, and I'm just gonna let them sit outside just so we can see what they look like in a couple days. A lot of people do put painter's tape on their door, by the way. There are people there. I'm not the only beta tester that also broke their hatch. And they just put painter's tape over the top of it. I do know that. Maybe they actually said something. I don't know. I like to say that when I break things, I don't like to actually say I break things, especially for something like this, because I'm like, oops. Thanks for replying, Ashley. I am really considering this UV printer. Appreciate all the work in the videos that you do on this. Jamie, I am glad that you're here and you're watching this. Just because you get the real. Although all of my videos are like real, but you know, like you can't sugarcoat a live. You know what I mean? So if there's one thing that I can convince you of anything today, it's that you need this printer in your life. Like that at the end of the day, that's the one takeaway. If I can say anything to anyone and I can convince you of anything, is that this printer is like something that you need. Only because like I've had this printer since February, March. I need to figure out like the actual date it came into my craft room. I have not stopped printing with it. So, just saying. I love it. And I'm going to continue to love it. And that's why I like that you keep showing up for my videos, is because like, it's what, like, as a content creator, like you have to go to the next thing, right? And like, I keep thinking like, oh, they're going to be tired of this printer and I'm going to have to find that next thing. And like, I'm so glad you're not tired of it, because I'm not tired either. And I want to continue being able to print, like keep doing this. You know what I mean? So I'm actually really happy that you keep liking them. You're doing the real stress test on the printer. There are some people, I have to tell you, there are some beta testers that don't have a following at all. So sometimes like people will say things like, oh, you know, I could never be a beta tester because I don't have a following. I want you to know that like there are quite a few beta testers that have zero following. They don't have a following at all. And that's the greatest because they are just crafters. Like, they are just like ordinary crafters. I feel if you think that I'm stress testing my printer, you have not seen nothing yet. Some of these beta testers that are in our Discord group, they are doing things and I'm like, oh my gosh, if you only had a social media presence, like, I think that they would knock you out of the park. It is wild, some of the stuff that they've done. Some people have taken 24 hours to do a print. The end results that they get is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I wish that I was able to, like, take you into that Discord group just to show you some of the projects that they've posted, because I'm like, dang, that looked good. But it's just so great. Have you done reverse image printing for stickers? So, Grace and Grit, it kind of goes back to a previous question that I have up above. If you could do CMYK white and CMYK on sticker setting, kind of goes back to this. Like, if we were to do reverse printing, I'm assuming what you mean by that is doing CMYK first and then white. I am not entirely sure if you could. The reason for that is, and I need to double check and ask, let me open up. I'm not going to use my computer because we've already figured out Ashley Falco needs a new computer because this one was fritzing out when I decided I wanted to do something more than just stream. So when you do a when you do a sticker print, okay, there is this thing. This is what it looks like on your phone, okay. Under print material, this is what you have on your print material. All right, but you don't find the sticker material there. You actually find the sticker material underneath the global settings, and then you have to click this sticker mode. Okay, the sticker mode, what it does is it actually prints, I think, like 7 layers of white, and then the layer of CMYK, and then a layer of gloss, or like a couple layers of gloss. They told me, I forgot, because sometimes I don't think things are important. I don't think that was really important. So I am unsure on whether or not you could do CMYK or white, or white, CMYK, white, CMYK, CMYK and white. Should we try? Should we try? You gotta let me know. Should we try to do this? I'm still waiting for my Diet Coke from my husband. He ain't back yet. He was going to the warehouse and then he was going to here. Should we try it? Let me know. Did you print on a light box frame? I don't remember seeing it. I have not. We have one. They sent me one. They sent me a light box, like a light up thing. I haven't even tried it. Only one. They sent me one, and the reason why I haven't is because what happens if I ruin that one? I don't have a backup. So I just don't. I just haven't. Let's see. You are amazing. Thanks. Thank you. That was really nice of you. That makes me feel good. Okay, you know what? Since we've already discussed that my machine is broke, that hatch is broke. Yes, please. How many sets of ink have you used? I have not kept track. To be honest with you, I have not kept track. I can tell you that because I'm a beta tester and they know that I've been printing a lot and then posting a crap ton of content, I almost used a sentence enhancer there. And we are not allowed to do that when we're live. So I'm not doing that. But because they know that I print for them and make all these crazy videos for them, that they have been keeping me well stocked with ink. I can tell you right now I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 unopened boxes of ink and then 1 full set of ink that's like right there. You can see it's unboxed. And I have like 3 full sets of inks. They keep me well supplied, well stocked. Okay, you know what? I was going to try and get the new stuff out, but we're going to go back. You have the personality for this. Thanks. Just once, because it's 3 layers instead of more than 7 layers. We're going to try it. Okay. So I am going to put in, this is the original, we've already discussed the difference between the original sticker paper and the stuff they just sent me. This is the original sticker paper. I'm just going to put this on here because I was trying to get the new sticker paper out of that sleeve and it was not happening. There is a definite vast difference between the new stuff and the original stuff, like peeling wise. Okay. All right, we're gonna put this in here. Bloop. Okay, so we are gonna put in a sticker paper. The first one that we are going to do, I am going to use my phone this time because when I try to do anything more on my computer while I'm streaming, we had some issues. This time, what I'm going to do is the print setting. I'm going to do, we'll do plastic. Do I know that this is actually going to work? I don't. I just want you to know this. I'm going to preface this with, no one has actually told me I could do this. We are just here, and I'm waiting for my Diet Coke to get back from my husband. So we are going to test things out. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. I'm going to do plastic as my print setting. In the global white mode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do white and then CMYK. Okay? Then I'm going to press create print job. This time, however, what I'm going to do is only 2 stickers. No, I don't want to do that. What are we doing? Just print. Okay, so now it's going to do a calibration thing because I didn't do a snapshot before. I am only doing 2 stickers this time because the last time we did 4. And do we know if this is going to work or not? No. So we are only doing 2. We are only doing 2 this time. Yes, this is a double-sided sticker. Hopefully we will get a double-sided sticker. So we don't know. We don't know yet. I've never tried it. That's what you get. That's what you get when you get me on live. Like, we don't know, and I'm waiting for my Diet Coke. So I got nothing better to do besides wait for my Diet Coke, so we'll try this. Will it work? No. So this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 stickers. If it actually works, we are going to get 2 stickers. Okay? So in total, I'm waiting for everything to send. The other complaint that I have here is do you see that number? It says 99%. It's been 99%. We ain't ready to press the button. So 99% truly isn't 99%. I like to be factual. So if we can make this an updated thing, that would be great. Because sometimes I'm like, there we go. Pressing the happy button at this machine. And then, what are the best places to buy blanks? To be honest with you, I haven't truly been buying any type of blanks. I just had random blanks here at my house that I've been using. I did Legos. I bought Legos. That straight from Legos. And then I did, these keychains I actually made with my laser cutter. I don't know. I love Amazon. Amazon's great. You can get anything in bulk on Amazon. Ooh, I created bone folders for my cardstock warehouse. I did personalized bone folders for some orders, and I bought those off Amazon. So you can do Amazon too. Okay, so I think the can you say the print size of the small tray material? So the size of the print, let's see here. So these sticker sheets are 3.46 inches by 12.20 inches. They're a little bit smaller than the actual flatbed, like a little bit shorter in length than the actual flatbed. Wait, these are more adhesive packs. There we go. Okay, so this one, these are the actual small adhesive packs. Like reusable ones. These are 14.6 inches by 3.8 inches. So this is the actual adhesive mat, and this is the actual sticker film. 2 different sizes. Oh no, pneumonia! That's terrible. I'm so sorry. But I love all your videos. I recommend them to everyone. I can't wait to get my Eufy. Thank you. You're welcome, but I'm so sorry to hear that you have pneumonia. That stinks, especially in the summertime. Like, who wants that in the summertime? I want to go swimming, and you can't go swimming. Anyways, best comment ever on today's live is you have the personality for this. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run with it. Next time my husband says I don't like your attitude, I'd be like, you know what? I got the personality for this. That's like the best personality. Is it possible to print on a folio? I'm assuming that means like a plastic folder. As long as it's flat. As long as it's flat, you totally can. I do know like there is like some type of folders, if that's what I'm thinking you're saying, is like a folio folder. There are some like folders that have like a ridge on the top. I wouldn't suggest doing it. You could, but your print might be a little hazy. I'm going to do a video. I have this like random like 10 tips and tricks things that you need to know. That I'm going to like deep dive into that just because it will make sense. But like with something has a ridge on it, the lasers will read it at like this height versus the original height that you're trying to print at. So that's where it's at. Blanks, if you're reselling, remember places like JDS and MakerFlow are more consistent than Amazon. JDS is a good one. I haven't ordered from JDS in such a long time. It's only because I've been removed from selling full-time on Etsy. Like, I opened up my Etsy shop back up to only do digital downloads. So there's that. But I haven't actually like physically made a product to sell. And that's where, honestly, JDS is a good one. I've never ordered from MakerFlow before. Sorry, I'm just looking at, I actually have a job, another job, which is coaching on Etsy. So I was just making sure I didn't miss anything over there. Because technically I'm supposed to be available all day until 1. We've been crafting. We've been crafting instead. So we are now at, I feel like this is moving a lot faster, but we are at 22% for 2 stickers. We did a pretty decent, like although it's only 2 stickers, you had to do a layer of color, a layer of white, and then a layer of color on top. Is this actually going to work? I don't know. But I'm going to heat my laminator up just so we don't have to wait for that to get done. Heating up because last time we did, so I'm going to make sure that we get that done first. So when it gets done printing, then we'll be able to laminate and see what that looks like. And I have a glass. Oh. Let's see here. I have this glass. It kind of has like some splatter marks on that from, I printed something on there and didn't prep it. And now it's like terrible. The entire thing is terrible. I had to reprint it. This was that, crime scene mug that I did before, and I did not prep it, and when you don't prep your item, it looks terrible at the very end. Coaching on Etsy reminds me I need to harass Angie and Corey to have you on Crafting for Profit. Okay, they actually reached out to me. Thank you for reminding me. Because they actually reached out to me months ago, like months ago, and they sent me a calendar link, and between like the 17 other things that go on, I keep forgetting to actually respond to their calendar invite. So I need to do that. So thanks for reminding me. I'll put that on my list. Shoot, somebody else. Oh, stickers and heat. I have a notes that I'm going for here, so respond to Angie. Okay, got it. Have you revisited the stained glass style prints? Can you print white CMYK on acrylic light box? So That was a two-part question. Jonathan, also, I saw that you posted something in the Facebook group, and then you posted something else. I think that was you, that you posted something else that you were like, everyone's mean. I did see that. They were. I'm sorry. That is unfortunate. Some people are just mean. Sometimes. Sometimes people are just mean. I don't know why. Like, choose kindness. That's at the end of it. But anyways, back to your questions. Have you revisited the stained glass? Yes, I have. For a hot second. I don't have anything to show you because it did not turn out. And there has been a couple people in the Facebook group that have posted like really cool stained glass things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to troll that. But then I don't, because what I have already figured out, like how to do the stained glass with like the stained glass paint with my acrylic and stuff like that, that ends up looking really good. And that took me years to figure out. I feel like this is going to take me years to figure out as well. I don't think that stained glass in the UV printer is going to work out. But if somebody else can figure it out, that'd be really cool. Ooh, you know what? That's not true. I have So, in my box of goodies, Dennis, my English is not good. I meant foil, for example, for the scanner cut and the Cricut. Wait. Is it possible to do? Oh, to do foil. Yes, you could. We have done. Mean people suck. Amen. We can, like, over here on my side of things, I actually, in this thing, someone had posted something yesterday about me in that Facebook group, and then one of the comments, he said, gosh, this lady's a jabber. First, you start with bless your heart. Look, I come from the South. Anyone that starts a sentence out with bless your heart really, truly does not mean that in a nice way, okay? Just so you're aware. If you're not from the South, anyone says bless your heart, they ain't trying to be nice to you. And then he went on to say that I was a blabbermouth or whatever. I was like, that's the number one job criteria of doing what I do is to be a blabbermouth. Then he said something else, and I said, look, I know that like my parents didn't teach me this, and maybe your parents didn't either, but like if you have nothing nice to say, you just move on. It's so much easier for just move on. Okay, so I do have something to show you. I have tried to revisit the stained glass. Okay, this is my revisiting of the stained glass. What I tried to do here is I'm gonna try and explain this to you in the best way possible. Sometimes what I try and say and what I'm doing don't just like, it doesn't go together. That's the creative mind. So here, what I tried to do, this original video, what I tried to do was just like take my SVG file, move it over into the EufyMake, and then do some print settings like this. This is my early on videos. I did white and CMYK here. This is like white CMYK with some texture. You can see that texture in that. Ooh, that's so good. Looks so good. It's delicious. And then I tried it with just CMYK. These are not terrible. They ain't terrible prints, but they are just not stained glass. You know what I mean? So this right here is something that I tested out again. What I did is I separated my file. I'm going to try not to confuse you because I never did a video on this because I felt like it was way too confusing. I would lose people so quick. So what I did is I had my SVG file. I separated it into two different files. One was going to be the outline. The next one was going to be the color. I changed my color over to have this like waterish texture, and I was going to create the outline to be thick, and then the color being like a watercolor texture. Look at this one, because this one right here I started at, and then I said no because I didn't like it. Maybe you can tell that there is like some texture in that. And then we have like, do you see how the color has like a different vibes to it? It's all right, but it's not what I like. So I was like, this one I was trying, and I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna like that. But do you see how the white, like in order to do 3D texture with this printer, the texture gets built with the white ink. It doesn't get built with any other ink but the white. So doing something like this, you're gonna see heavy white, all that white, and then it's gonna have the black on top. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why, but do you see how it got cut off here and then down here? Weird, right? So it still didn't work out. But even if, like if we just look at both, like just like this, does that look like stained glass to you? It doesn't. I don't feel like it does. I don't feel like it does. The blue, I don't know. You have to tell me. The rude people is why we started the friendliest user group. Got tired of the negativity. It's just, I just feel like people just want to be rude, and I don't think it's necessary. I truly don't. You can go elsewhere and find that. Oh, here is that one piece of, this is that hat material, the hat patch that I was telling you, that I hot foiled, and then I put it outside for a couple days. And this, I don't know if you're going to remember what that looks like from beginning, but like, it's bent. And it looks good. This is just a box of random stuff that I kept. Why? I have no idea. Someone had asked me, can you print on fabric? You can. I don't think it washes well. So I'm like, there is actually something on here, but it doesn't wash well. So you could, but I wouldn't try doing it. Yeah, otherwise that's it. Just some random stuff. Ask EufyMake to add a color border to the white layers, then the outside will be color. So I don't think it's possible. They've tried explaining to us why it's not possible, but it's like it doesn't, like the color resin or the color ink doesn't layer well. We're done. We're finally done. I always can tell. I've had this machine long enough to know that like when things are done. We're done. Ready? Let's wait for it. It took 14 minutes and 6 seconds for this to happen. I'll never get tired of that. Never, ever, ever. Okay. I thought there was a new setting that eliminates that white offset. Okay, so the white offset, it is different than the 3D texture. The offset you're talking about is choke. I don't have anything here to show you what that means. We shall see. Before I show you, did you see that? No, you didn't even see it. Do you think that this turned out? Do you think that this turned out? So the white offset you're talking about is the word called choke, and that is different than the 3D texture white. So I don't have anything here. I don't think I have anything here to show you what that means. Okay, hold on, I do. I do have something. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that's done. But I'm going to show you what the choke means, because that was actually a really good question. In the software now, you have the ability, when you go into your print settings, do you see this right here? It says choke. You can change the choke. Okay, that's what Michelle had said. I thought there was a new setting that eliminates the white offset. That is what we're talking about, is the choke. Okay, when we talk about 3D textures though, this right here that you see, that white layer, that's right there, and then there's a layer of black, that is completely different than this right here, okay? Choke is, and you're gonna see it in, I'm gonna try and see, okay, this may be a good one. I feel like, it's gonna be hard to tell. This I think all right, this one's gonna be the best one that you're gonna be able to see it. Okay, do you see that around this leopard? Do you see that white that goes around this leopard? Okay, when I printed this, When I originally printed this, we did not have that setting. And you're going to see it like in the pig, maybe right there in the armpit. Do you see that? When I printed this, back when I did this, we did not have that setting called choke, okay? So what you would do is now is you would take this choke, this thing right here, and you would bump it down. Because then what happens is that white gets hugged into your actual print, eliminating that white border, okay? So that is different than building the layers. When you build the layers, like something like this is 3D. Do you see how thick that is? Like this right here is my acrylic, and then everything that's right here is going to be white, and then you see this layer of black. That is actual 3D printing that you can't like eliminate that, okay? I thought you couldn't do transfer stickers on the roll device. There's a new setting that, okay, wait. If you had the print to roll, can you print it and cut your stickers out? No. So the roll to film, when you get the roll to film, the film that you print on that is going to be a vinyl decal. So if you had like a Cricut and you wanted to do like a print and cut on the Cricut, you would use that and it would cut the film. It cuts the film in one straight swoop. Like there's not a thing, okay? So it's not an auto weeding. It's nothing like that. You just print on a vinyl decal, and then you can either hand cut it yourself, or then you can, set it up like you would a print and cut on a Cricut or a die cutting machine or whatever. Okay. Do you think that this print turned out? I haven't shown you yet. Remember, just a reminder that this print setting was white and then CMYK. Do you think it worked? Do you think it worked? So the roll to film, I don't have the roll to film, so I haven't tested it out. But what I've been told is like you would have to, like it gets printed on just a vinyl, like when you print vinyl on for your Cricut, like you print it and then the Cricut cuts it out. That's the same thing. The material that gets printed with your roll to film attachment is not the same material like this, okay? All right, so this right here is our finished sticker with the print settings of white. Nope. With the print setting of CMYK, white, and CMYK. Okay? Here we go. Ooh. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. We already did one. This is the other one. This one looks a little bit darker and richer than this one, okay? So the question is, could you do this printing, could you print a sticker white? Nope, keep saying it wrong. Could you print a sticker that says CMYK, white, CMYK, and not use that sticker button? This is what it looks like. Oh! I almost ripped my sticker. This is the front side, and this is the back side. Who's cheering? No one's cheering. I don't hear it, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. It freaking worked. It worked. I don't want to put it on that. That one's bad. Ooh, I'm putting it on my top gun. Okay. Here. Before we do that, oh my gosh, it freaking worked. Yay! I didn't know we could. This is why I always like to do stuff, like printing random crap. Heck yes. Okay, we're gonna do an adhesion promoter. It freaking worked. You don't have, this just in, breaking news, you don't have to actually print the sticker setting. You can print whatever print settings you want. I got a glass coffee mug. I'm going to rub the... Yeah, woo! I know! Oh my gosh! I only printed one of these stickers, so that's fine. I'm going to put it Okay, hold on. I hold my coffee cup like this. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on this side. Okay, so this right here is that promoter. The smell of that promoter is bananas. The smell on that is a lot. It's a lot. All right, I am going to put, I think my husband's home. If my husband's home? No, it's not. Boomer. I was like, oh my God, I think he's home with my thing. Don't know if you talked about this, but will the sticker work without putting it through the laminator? I posted a video about that recently. I would go back. The short answer to that is yes, but I would go back. I would go back and watch that video. It's like last week. Go watch that one. Okay, so could you put that on the bottom of a glass plate? Yeah, on the bottom of the glass plate. Like, look, I could put this sticker down here at the bottom of my mug. Look at that. You would have to reverse it because this right here is reversed. So I'd print it in reverse so you could do it. I like that stand you have. Do you have that printer? Yep, I do. I'm gonna get the link for you. Hold on, let me put this on there. Before I give you the link to the printer, let me put this on here. So what I did was I did that prep pad, that adhesion prep pad. I put it right here. I'm left-handed, so I have it like this. And then I have like a cup cradle. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate. Oh my gosh, how freaking cool. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Do you have to get the adhesion promoter from Eufy, or is there something else out there? I would suggest doing rubbing alcohol, like 90% rubbing alcohol. You could do that. I only am using the adhesion promoter because that's what I have here in my craft room at like accessible reach. But if I had rubbing alcohol, I would do that too. I just don't have that in my craft room right now. So happy I ordered the laminator and extra sheets. I think you're like, oh my gosh, this laminator, this like sticker is great. And why is this sticker not staying on my thing? Okay, I make crystal awards and I want to be able to print a customer's logo in reverse and put them on the back side and then engrave the reward. I think you totally could. Soapy water and alcohol would do just fine. I think you totally could. Oh, my husband's home with my Diet Coke. I hope so. I'm getting a doorbell notification. I think that means it's him. Yeah, it is, I think. Whew. What is going on? Come on. Sorry. We're going to see if there is bubbles on here. I'm not having the greatest success trying to pull this off my sticker sheet. I'm trying. The Diet Coke cravings are real. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I had one and I'm craving them. It's the only thing. Look, I eat all organic, grass-fed this, that, whatever. I don't eat gluten anymore because apparently I'm intolerant to that. And here I am just jonesing for a soda. It's the only thing. It's my only vice that I have. Yeah, so Bittner does have, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure, I know he has one, the roll to film. I don't know if he actually has like videos on it. I'm not entirely sure. Fun fact about me is I actually don't watch YouTube videos, which is really weird. I know, because here I am on YouTube and you're watching me on YouTube. But like, it's probably, okay, here we go. My gosh. I don't know if it's my glass that I'm having a problem with, or what, but like this sticker did not want to stay on the glass. But here we go. Now that I've fought it, tooth and nail, we finally have it moving and grooving. And it's wanting to come off. Apparently you just got to be gentle with it. The invigorating content, I know. I wonder if it's going to be like this for all of the stickers. Like, I have never had this much difficulty trying to get a sticker on. I wonder if it's because it's the color. We're almost there. We're almost there. Sorry, what is the adhesion promoter? The adhesion promoter is just supposed to help promote adhesion. I know. That was annoying. So soft, super slick skating rink type surfaces like glass often doesn't want to grab stickers in like the resin and stuff like that. Yeah, I wonder if the CMYK doesn't adhere as well as the white ink. That's what, I don't know, because I've never had, like, this is taken me a long time to get there. And I generally do not have this much problems. Normally when I stick a sticker on glass, it's like on there and it's on there forever. But it's not like that with this one. So I wonder, test of time, is this going to actually work? I don't know. Hey, you. What's up?
Oh, nothing.
Yay. Break time. He's got the goods. He's got the goods, y'all. If you're ever in Myrtle Beach, thank you.
Yeah.
Once I switched it to OBS, it seemed to do fine.
That's fine.
But earlier today, I just kept getting dropped connection. Great day.
You good? You re-energized?
Yeah, we're good. I'm almost done. I'm trying to get the sticker put on this cup. So here's the deal. Is we try to do a CMYK, white CMYK. I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay.
My husband, I'm talking to my husband, trying to tell him what we've been doing for the last like 3 hours. He just like walked away. So every other sticker I've printed has been white and then CMYK, right?
Uh-huh.
This time I did a CMYK white and CMYK. Look it!
Oh, wow.
There's color on this side.
That's crazy. I didn't think you'd be able to do that.
Me neither. It works. But the sticker really did not want to stay on. I don't know if the CMYK sticks to the sticker. I don't know.
Do we have to do further testing?
Yeah. I'm surprised you're not a McDonald's Diet Coke girly. That's what Daniel was posting.
McDonald's is like Chipotle. E. coli.
What? Chipotle? Oh, yeah, Chipotle. That's right. I thought you said Chick-fil-A. Fun fact about us. My son's 13 and he's never eaten McDonald's before.
Straight.
Actually, I was pregnant with him when we quit eating McDonald's.
Yep.
So it's been 13, he just turned 13 on Saturday and he's never had McDonald's ever.
Remember they did that McDonald's movie? No thanks.
No, that was before. That McDonald's movie was a long time ago. That was back when we were in high school.
Was it?
Or middle school. Yeah, that life-size movie.
Oh, okay.
Where he like gained like 100 pounds on it.
I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways, what I was going to say is if you're ever coming to Myrtle Beach and you're looking for a Diet Coke, I know where the best spot to find it. So hit me up and I'll let you know. I'll give you my secret. But this Diet Coke, They ain't a whole lot in my life that I like to splurge on, but like this right here. Also, how much are they? They're like 59 cents for this huge thing. How much is this?
Oh, it's like 89 cents.
Okay, it's less than $1. He said it's 89 cents for this right here. Okay, so this is what the finished sticker looks like. This is the front. And then this is going to be the inside. It's kind of hazy because I put that promoter on there. I'm just going to use my blanket to like rub off that haziness. Okay. So this is what the inside, like through the glass, through the looking glass. David, to answer your question about like, can you put it through the back? And then someone, I don't remember who, I put something on there saying that maybe there would be some bubbles. I don't see any at all. There are no bubbles. So I'm kind of annoyed because I could have probably put this down just a little bit because it's not fully center on there. But like, sorry, excuse me. But like, this looks freaking good. Now, here's the deal though. I had a real tough time trying to put this sticker on. I've never had a tough time trying to put a sticker on. So I'm not entirely sure if like the CMYK, if there's something with the CMYK that it doesn't like jive well with the sticker. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to assume that it's going to be fine. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to wait 24 hours before I hand wash this to see. Does it actually work though? It does. Like, we could do that. Can you do a square and do a reverse image only CMYK? Okay. So, let's do reverse it. I'm going to do one more and then I'm done for the day because I need to do things. How do I reverse? The problem, size? How do I reverse? Crop? No. I don't know how to reverse in here. Hold on. Okay. I'm assuming it would be the same, but I don't know how to reverse in this. I know how to do it in the, I have to use my phone. I am somebody who thrives on using the actual app on your computer versus like anything on your phone. So like Canva, I cannot use Canva to save my life on my phone. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna duplicate this. And then, let's see here. How do I? Sorry. I just want to make sure I get this because, you know, it's been asked, like, what does it look like? And I just want to do one more print. I'm going to do one more print with you, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done for today. So we're going to flip this. I'm going to flip this in Canva just because, you know what? Like, I know Canva. I know how to do it. I hardly ever use this because the phone app, I'm not for the phone apps. I truly am not. I think that there is less availability in the phone app than you do like anywhere else. But we're going to go here and I'm going to share this. AirDrop to my phone. Okay. So, I have it mirrored. I just AirDrop that to my phone. And then, print settings. Upload, print settings, so we got this here. Okay, so now it's in there. I would think letting it cure for several days would work. I am now 100% going to purchase. Yes, do it. But I don't want you to quote me on this. I'm going to let this cure. I truly am going to let this cure. Okay? Because I had a hell of a time trying to get it to be put on there. And like, I'm not, I really like this mug. So, okay. So we're going to do this. We are going to do one more test. Just because somebody had asked before I committed to like leaving. I got this Diet Coke and now I'm like off. Got this Diet Coke and I've decided I'm done for the day and it's only not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to do it backwards this time. This one. It's not the same one. This one says Myers Munch. We're going to do another sticker. The one that we just did was CMYK, white and CMYK. If you've been watching, I finally got it right the first time. I had to stop myself a few times. And this time, the question, which this is going to answer also David's question. So someone else said, can you do it differently? We're going to do it again because this is also another thing. David had said he wants to print his stickers and put them on the back of awards. And so this is what you have to do. Okay? If you were going to do that, you would have to have your image in reverse, like this, okay? So then, when you're done, let's just do a snapshot. I just pressed the snapshot button. It's like, oh, you can't see it, but it's over here where this like thing is. It would be over there. Now it's telling me I'm actually doing things. Hello from France. Thank you for all the work you do on the E1. Well, thanks for watching me. Thank you for being here. This Diet Coke is hitting good. Okay, we're going to go to print settings. We did plastic last time. Plastic was successful for us this time, so I'm going to do plastic again. Standard print. We're going to hit that global ink mode that's right there. Instead of printing sticker, we are going to print CMYK and white. Yes, we are going to do CMYK and white. Okay, so just like that, CMYK and white. Pamela, what I did for two-sided decals is I did white. I got it right once, ain't never going to be able to do it again. For double-sided stickers, I did CMYK, white, and then CMYK. This time, we are going to do a reverse sticker, and we are going to do CMYK and then white. So if you wanted to print this like on an award, David had said like, I want to print this on the back of my award instead of printing directly. You can print directly on your award. I just wanted you to know. You would just reverse your image and then create your print settings that way. So I have my ink set to CMYK, then white. And let's just create print job. It's going to do whatever. Ashley, I've watched so many tutorials that you've done on this machine that I expect to be a pro when I love that comment. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you to feel like you are professional because a lot of this stuff is like learning experiences. And for me, when I get a new machine, like I want to know how to use it. Hi, Alan. I want to know how to use it before I actually get it, just because I don't want to be the one that does all the tests and stuff like that, right? Like, do you really want to waste time doing all these print settings? Now you know. Now you know that, like, you can do a double-sided sticker. And without you pushing me, I would have never known. I would have still been like, no, this doesn't work. Okay. So this is going to be a true reverse sticker. When we get this done, I'm going to preface this if it actually works, because I still don't know. Hi, Mark. I still don't, like, just like with this double-sided sticker, we didn't know it actually worked until we tried, and now we do. And it looks so cute. Look at that. Double-sided sticker looks absolutely wonderful. I love Chucky. I am a horror movie fanatic, by the way. I love horror movies, but not the point. The point is that we tried something new today together and it worked. Now what I'm doing is doing a reverse sticker. So it's a different image, but that's what it looks like. It's going to be in reverse. That's normal. Because what's going to happen is we are going to print this out CMYK and then white. So when it comes out of this thing, it should look white to us. It should look really weird to us. And then once we put it into the laminator, I'm going to heat my laminator. When we put it into the laminator and we take it off, you're going to be able to see the sticker. So it's going to end up looking something like this when we're done. Hopefully. I said that earlier too, because I was like, I don't think that this actually would work with the double-sided sticker. And it freaking did. Yeah. I can't wait to see it at the Next Level conference. Next Level Laser Conference. Ooh, who's going to be at the Next Level Laser Conference? Is Eufy going to be there? I wanted to go to Germany. I know there's like some type of something or another happening on in Berlin. I was like, oh, I want to go there. I'm not going there. But I wish I was. Because it's like the world's largest tech or something like that. I can't wait. Whenever anyone ever says, I can't wait to get my printer, my response is I seriously can't wait for you to get your printer either. Because you're going to have so much fun. You're absolutely going to have so much fun with your new printer. It's going to be so, like, you might, like, if you have vacation days, book your vacation, and it's going to be a staycation, and you're just going to be printing. That's all you're going to be doing. You're just going to be staycation printing all the things. Yeah, it's really going to happen. Okay, first, I think I already answered this, but double-sided decals. I did CMYK, white, and CMYK. This one, it's going to be a reverse decal, and this is going to be CMYK and then white. So whenever, like, if you've not watched any of the Eufy videos, and this is the very first time you're watching this, the first thing that is mentioned is going to be the very first thing that is printed. So traditionally when we make, like I made these stickers earlier, these were printed with white and then CMYK. So the first layer is white and then the second layer is CMYK. For a double-sided sticker like this, we did CMYK, white, and CMYK. So we did, you know, like 1, 2, 3. We did 3 layers. And then this one that we have in here is CMYK and then white. So layer of CMYK is first and then the white on top. So that white, when we take this out, it's going to look white. It should not look good to us when we get done printing. So if it's not, just know that it probably won't look good until we put it through the laminator. Thanks, Ashley. Looking forward to seeing future videos from you. Greetings from Denmark. Hello, hello. I love that YouTube can just like bring us all together from all around the world. It's freaking amazing. It's so great. I plan to take a ton of videos to post. Yes, do it, do it, do it. I hope it doesn't come until after. I'm not going to be able to resist setting it up. To be honest with you, whenever I'm going to tell everyone, like once you get your printer, you just take that vacation time and just being able to craft, because like there's no way you can get a weekend full of crafting in. Like you're gonna get to Monday when you have to go back to work and be like, I'm not done. Etsy will be marked by time before Eufy 1 arrives and time after. What? Etsy will be marked by time before. Will this print on uneven surfaces? No. I would say that this would not print on uneven surfaces, only because like take that back. I've printed on golf balls, and the golf balls, in the holes of the golf balls, they're fine. If you're talking about like, I don't know how I would describe this. I don't think I have anything in here that would be uneven. If you're printing on a golf ball, yes. If you're printing on something that has a lot of waves in it, like what? I don't know. I'm blanking on an idea that would give you. I'm like trying to look around my craft room. something has a lot of waves, I don't think you could. So like a shirt, I don't think you could because it's like very wavy, although I wouldn't print on fabric anyway, so that's not a good example. I don't know. I don't really have anything here in my crafters. I could be like, oh, here. This is one of my mics, okay? I would say that this is like a uneven surface. Do you see how like there's like a clip on the side of that? Okay, if I were to like stick this in, because there is this like added thing that's up here, you would not be able to print on this. The reason for that is everything that's on the sides right here would be blurry, while this right here would be like whatever it is that you were trying to print. So there are some limitations to what you can print, but like a golf ball, I printed a golf ball. I don't have any readily available to show you, but like the little divots in the golf ball, it printed that just fine. So some variations are good. Some variations I would say is a no. I feel your pain. I'm waiting too. I don't know how much prep to do to prep my space. Somebody had asked what my cart was. Let me link that, because I just remembered you wanted to know what my cart is. So this is my cart that I have this thing on. It honestly is the best cart ever. Shout out to my husband. He can hear me out there. He's probably like, yeah, she's giving me a shout out. Shout out to my husband for his wonderful idea of getting this cart. He always loves to like get a little bit of cred. I was not for this cart, to be honest with you, because I was like, this ain't cute. Look at my office. This ain't cute. But like, it honestly holds everything. Holds the printer. It's normally flat against the wall, but I had that large printer thing on there, so I brought it out to like pull it out. It has the laminator down here. There's obviously another box of ink over there, but there's also some other like a cutter or whatever. And then down at the bottom, you can't really tell, but down at the bottom, do you see all that ink and the rotary attachment and everything? It houses everything. And you can roll this around. Like, it's been rolled around my entire craft room. No issues. It's great. So that's the cart that I have. It holds everything. I should have worded it better, but I was wanting to know if you could do a double-sided sticker that shows the words correctly on both sides. No, you cannot unless you think really hard about it. It would honestly be impossible to do that with something like this, because whatever you see in the front, you're going to see in the back. You would have to like, you would have to like have a cloud bubble or something around that, and then mirror your print to where you could read it from the front. It would require a lot of thinking. I have done it in the past, like with my daughter's. I printed something for my daughter. It was a video a long time ago, and I did it in reverse. There's a lot of thinking that you have to get into that. It would be easier if you didn't have any type of words, lettering, because then you don't have to think about it. Something like this, the only thing is you could, with a lot of thought process, you could. The only downfall is you're going to have this like white cloud that is going to go over it, so you can manipulate the letters. Again, it's a lot of work, but you could figure it out. I in my brain, I already know how to do it, but to be able to explain that to you verbally without actually demonstrating it would be way too difficult. So I'm not going to, but you could. Yay for your husband! I know he gets the shout out. I've seen some 3D printed props printed on as well of uneven surfaces. You could, like, it depends, like, the amount of unevenness you could. I do know someone has tried to print on fake nails. And fake nails has, like, a curve on it. This would be, like, technically an uneven surface. If there's too much of a bend, the stuff that's on the sides that are here, the curve, gets blurry. Versus the stuff that is right here. You would have, I don't remember what creator is the one who did that. I can't remember who, but I've seen it a couple times, especially on the TikTok. She posted it a few times, and I was like, oh yeah. But your outline of the item would have to be vertically symmetrical. It would. And so that would be like, you would have to do a white cloud or like a rectangle or something like that, and then you would try and figure that out. If it was just something that didn't have any type of lettering, you totally could. This is like taking a really long time. Why? I don't know. We're at 76%. But I feel like this one sticker took a really long time to print. I'm planning to print on blank refrigerator magnets. The ones I found on AliExpress, the pictures adheres with a heat press. Do you think that it would do such? If it's like one of those sublimation, are you talking about like a sublimation magnet? As long as you prep your service, you should be fine. Eufy has these magnets that I've printed on. And these ones right here are like not, this is different than the magnets that I've seen that are sublimation. This one's like raw material. There's like no surface on it. The sublimation ones, I'm assuming, Dennis, the ones that you've seen are the sublimation ones. And those, as long as you prep your surface, a really light grit sandpaper or the adhesion promoter or alcohol, you should be fine. You should be fine that way. Do you think you would have trouble printing on fingerboards, aka tech decks and mini skateboards? I've actually seen somebody that has printed on those little mini fingerboards. You know what's crazy is I saw that. I can't believe they're still around. That used to be popular when I was a kid, like a long time ago. And now are they making a comeback? Have they never left the game and I just grew up? Like what? I have seen a couple people that have printed on those fingerboards though. I don't think that this... Maybe. It's 90% done, so we'll see. I just feel like this one sticker took a really long time. For only two layers. That's what I do full time. That's what you do full time, like you print on fingerboards and tech decks and skateboards. Those little fingerboards. I seriously haven't seen one of them in forever. And then recently, well, that and stickers. Well, so, you know, what's crazy is like those little fingerboards used to be so popular when I was like, I feel like maybe in middle school, maybe the beginning of high school, I don't even know. But like everyone had one. And then maybe I grew up. Okay, it's done. It's finally done. I'm telling you, I feel like that took a really long time. Yeah, it took 14 minutes to print this one sticker. That seems wild. Oh, okay. So remember what I said? We just got one sticker. Do you see how it's white and all those colors like muted? That's normal because those are the print settings. Those are the print settings that we've chosen to use. I'm just going to throw... I don't suggest doing what I just did because we just wasted like a whole bunch of adhesive for just one sticker. But you know what? I got a whole lot. So I did it this way and I'm just going to throw it in here. The laminator is already done heating up. So the print settings that we did was CMYK and then white. And that is why we have that milky sticker, okay? When we get this done, it's going through the laminator. And when we get it done, we peel it off. You're going to be able to see the sticker. And the sticker is what is going to be shown through. Oh. All right. We got this. I'm going to use this glass just because it has like stuff, like leftover stuff from another project that didn't end up working out. And so this is going to be my like tester. It's now my tester tumbler at this point. Okay, so it printed and then we put the lamination sheet over it and this is what it looks like. So it looks very weird and that's because we printed it in reverse and then we printed CMYK and then a layer of white. So just like this right here, this is the mug, CMYK white and CMYK. Now this, do you see on the inside of this, it's backwards. So essentially what's going to happen is the inside of your mug, the inside of your tumbler is going to be what is not backwards. So peel it off. This is what got printed. That's what it looked like. And when we are done, this is what is going to be shown. This is not backwards. Now, I'm not going to prep this or anything like that because, again, this is my tester mug and it's kind of junky. But we're going to put this onto the mug. And I'm just going to push this down. And when you use these stickers, you're going to lift up. Okay, you know what's interesting is that one sticker, this one right here, you know how this one I was like having trouble? This is coming up no problems, like at all. Like it's stuck on there. The last one, you know how I was like struggling and fumbling? This one is not having problems at all. It's stuck on there, did not have any issues trying to pull off this paper. That's interesting. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the outside. I'm trying to, there's like a little air bubble because I put it on the foot. Do you see that? It's like curved. Like a little bit of that sticker is a little bit curved on there and I got a little air bubble. So I'm just trying to flatten it out. Okay, this is what it looks like on the outside of the tumbler. My tumbler is foggy. Maybe the stickers don't like the adhesion promoter. Maybe that's the truth because I did not put the promoter on here and didn't have any issues. So the difference is that you did not prep this one. That is the difference. So we have this is going to be the outside of it. And then this is what the front side of it looks like. It's going to look a little fuzzy, but I think that's because like the inside of my tumbler and the outside of my tumbler kind of has a haze to it, probably because of my skin oils. How long did it take to print this sticker? Which is wild. So you know what's crazy about this? Is it says it took almost 14 minutes to print this. It took 16 minutes to print this, 2 of these. It doesn't make any sense. But that's what it looks like that. So like a few years ago, there used to be these like peekaboo mugs. People would put the stickers on there and then like put some glitter over the top of the stuff so it would look glittery on the outside, and then you would have this. Totally could do that. And I would say that there is, outside of that where I have the air bubble, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but there is like a little air bubble that's right here, and that's because we're out that curve. Do you see that curve? I put that sticker down here on that curve, and there's an air bubble there. But outside of that, I would say that there's no air bubbles in the rest of it, besides down here. Right there. You may be able to see that air bubble, but everywhere else there's no air bubble. Thanks for joining in, Mark. Woohoo, I'm almost done. I got to go too. 14 minutes to print one sticker. Oh my gosh, that's slow. I would agree with you, but like I'm telling you right now, we did 4 earlier. We did 4 stickers. We did 2 of these. We did 2 of these and 2 of the other ones, and it was like 12 minutes. And then we did 2 of these double-sided ones, and it was like 14 minutes. I don't know why this took so long. That doesn't make any sense to me. But it did. I did feel like it was printing a little bit slower. I don't know. Couldn't tell you, but it did print a little bit slower this time. Because I even felt it. I was like, gosh, it's taking forever. My UV printer can print a sheet of stickers in 14 minutes. That's great. Like, I don't think that this right here, like this right here took a long time, and it doesn't generally take that long. I don't know why it did, because like I said, we've printed like 4, and it didn't take as long as what it did. If you fill the small bed, it takes about as long as if you only print one thing. Yeah, that's essentially like we might as well have just filled up the entire thing. Because I feel like it took longer to do that sticker than it did to take 4 earlier, which makes no sense to me. But I picked up one of the E1 Kickstarter. Super excited. Your channel has been amazing in the coverage of this product. Thanks so much. Well, thanks for watching. I've had a lot of fun. So much fun with this printer. It's been absolutely amazing. It has been so much fun to create this thing that I don't want it to ever leave my craft room. It's a forever staple in here. I've been wondering, I want to apply the hot foil sheet on the whole surface of the card, that then print on top of it of the hot foil sheet. Can you do something like that? I don't think so. I don't think you can. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you can. The hot foil stuff is like very flimsy. It would be, I don't think you could. But I'm going to put it on my list because I'm going to be doing hot foil for the rest of the week. Now I am going to take out the hard white and then switch out to the flex points. And for the rest of the week, that's what I'm going to be doing. How stinky is it in there? It's not stinky at all. This stuff right here, the adhesion promoters, this is not available for sale yet, but it will be. But I can tell you right now, this right here will get your brain into another dimension. The UV printer does not. It's not stinky at all. So does the laminator always waste so much plastic each time you do a sticker? It sure does. I actually mentioned that earlier because I'm someone who really worries about my carbon footprint, and the amount of waste of the plastic that happens absolutely drives me up a wall. I guess I could use my crusty dusty laminator and avoid all that, but like then you wouldn't get like really good cute things like this. But yes it does, unfortunately. But the cool thing is what we've learned here today. Obviously I'm a yapper, that's one thing we've learned, is that you can do double-sided prints. I didn't know you can do that until today with you because you convinced me to actually try and break my machine some more. But we could do double-sided stickers, and then you could also do reverse stickers like this that look like this. So those are 2 things that we have learned today that I actually did not learn earlier. So thank you for helping me be better as a content creator. Anyways, I am done for today. I am going to pack up these cool little keychains that I made earlier. I got 30 of them, and rock and roll and start working on all things flexible white ink and hot foiling. I'm going to be hot foiling a lot. All right, y'all.